Okay,
Welcome
here we
to
go.
Wildcat Football 1990, brought to you by WCET TV, Cable Channel 23. The Jenison Wildcats versus the Granville Bulldogs.
If the kids aren't up for this, then they're not going to get up for any ball game.
Here comes the Jenison Wildcats right now, all excited, all fired up.
You'd have to look at them as the big brother of the OK Red.
There's a lot of excitement between these two teams. It's a healthy rivalry.
We're an up-and-coming team, and we really have something to prove, whereas they've proved year in, year out in recent history.
Jenison back to receive.
Manning deep on his 5-yard line. Goes up the middle.
Oh, he's got a wide open. Now it's the kicker. Can he get by him? He does get by him. He's going to go all the way. What a start for Jenison. Wishbone hands it off to the second man through, and he pops through, and he's looking for some running room, and he does. He's going to go all the way. Number 21, Ray Mendez, puts it in the end zone for Granville. Turns, quarterback is stopped for, no, he hands the ball off. Number 44. Excellent handoff.
Can you hear me now? Nope. I can hear you.
It should be better than that.
Test, 1, 2.
That's better.
Cooper takes the ball, can't quite ride it. He does. He pulls it back, and he's got a man wide open. And Moss is off to the races. Can he make it? And he does.
Hands off, and Nate Lertzema has plenty of room. Lertzema has room, and Lertzema has the carry, and he breaks into open field, and he could be gone. At the 20, and he is in for the score. Touchdown, Nate Lertzema. Touchdown, Nate Lertzema. Touchdown, Nate Lertzema.
See how the defense reacts quick. They got it.
He breaks it. And he's got it. Go. He's out at the 8-yard line. Fantastic run with 51 seconds to go. Doyle is off to the end zone. Touchdown, Granville Bulldogs.
Man front for the Rams. Then he hooks the football. He picks it up. Let's see if he can get it. He's got a man open. He throws it deep. Can he get it there? Yes, it's going to score. He touches. Touchdown. Number 80 for the Wildcats. Scores. Unbelievable.
Good evening and welcome to Jenison Wildcat Football, brought to you by WCET Channel 50, your local cable station serving Jenison, Hudsonville, and Granville. It's great to be here. My name is Don Peterson, and along with my partner, Kurt Pals, we will bring you tonight's game of the week. Going into the 8th game of the season, the Jenison Wildcats host the Mona Shore Sailors. Jenison comes in tonight's contest 6-1 overall and 4-1 in league play, having come off a big win last Friday night, 33-9 over the Rockford Rams. Mona Shore's, on the other hand, overall record is 3-4 and 3-2 in the OCAD Red League play. They come in tonight's game after a stinging loss last Friday night at the hands of West Ottawa, going down to defeat 35-0. Tonight's contest is pivotal for both schools, as Jenison, with a win tonight and one over Granville next Friday night, could lock up a tie for the OK Red Championship. They are assured of a postseason play with their current 6 wins. Mona Shores would love nothing better than to upset the Wildcats tonight on Jenison's home field, the David McKenzie Stadium. We look forward to an exciting high school football contest here, and to give you a preview of the Jenison Wildcats and Mona Shore Sailors is my partner, Kurt Pals.
Another beautiful evening, Don, for football under the lights here, Friday night lights. Another beautiful evening. Jenison has just taken the field, and we'll be kicking off here in a few minutes. As you said, it's another big OK Red football game. Jenison has got most of its players back and healthy again, as they did last week with Rockford. They're coming off a very, very big win up at Rockford, 33-9. We got Harem up in the backfield and C.J. Hooper at quarterback. And so Wildcats are reasonably healthy again tonight. I believe Dustin Manning will not be playing tonight, however.
I think in his place we were told that Scott Pierce was going to play that defensive end position, where Dustin Manning has done an outstanding job all year as one of their key players. Prior to the game, there was a snap, and Mona Shores coin toss. Mona Shores won the toss and elected to defer it to Jenison. Is that right, Kurt?
That is my understanding. So I assume Jenison will be receiving the kickoff. And
Before the game starts, so we have a second just to review the league standings. It's sort of a tight 4-1 with Jenison 4-1, West Ottawa and Grand Haven all 4-1, followed by Rockford 3-2, Mona Shores 3-2, then East Kentwood 1-4, Granville 1-4, and Holland at 0-5. Other key games around the OK Red tonight. One of the pivotal games, the key game, is the West Ottawa game. They're 4-1. They go out to play at Rockford, and they're coming off that loss to Jenison last week. They're 3-2, so they're still alive for championship possibilities. And then Grand Haven 4-1 has Granville tonight at Granville. They're 1-4. And the other OK Red game is Holland. They're 0-5 at East Kentwood. They're 1-4. So we're about ready to see Mona Shore Sailors kicking off to the Wildcats.
Kicking off for Mona Shores will be number 6, Scott Swinburne. Scott Swinburne. And deep for Jenison, number 10, Amato, number 12, Bundy, and number 45, I believe, is DeHaan. Mike DeHaan. And here we go, Don.
It's a low kick. It bounces down around the 32-yard line. Was down by number 27. Is that, 37 for the Wildcats.
Yeah.
John Dykema.
John Dykema. And we got a flag on the play already, Don. Mona Shores came in after he was down. His knee was down. And so it'll be a penalty on Mona Shores for
late hit?
Late hit.
Okay, so that gives Jenison pretty good field position to start the game out. Brings the ball up to about the 43-yard line with 1st and 10. So the Wildcats take over with C.J. Hooper back to quarterback, and they have their full complement of the starters back with Harriman at fullback, Aaron Dawkins at one halfback, and Austin Amato at the other side. 2 wideouts to the near side. Hooper calling plays. Takes the ball himself off the right side of the line, breaks across the 50, 45, 40.
He could go
30.
all the way.
He took a little stumble on the 20-yard line, was driven out of bounds by number 4 from Mona Shores.
That's number 4, Luke Myers. Luke Myers saved the touchdown. Looks like he's going to go, and then Luke Myers catches up with him.
So as usual, we have an exciting play to start the OK Red Conference play every Friday night. Sort of fun sitting up here and watching these things unfold. Fales brings the play into C.J. Hooper. The ball's down on about the 13-yard line. They could get a first down, obviously. It's 1st and 10. Wildcats in great field position. 11:36 to go in the first quarter. Threatening. Hooper back to throw the ball. And he overthrows his Fales on about the 5-yard line. Just to set that defense, they've got a pretty good sized defense, Kurt. They go about 215 across the front with Jackson, Perry, Larson, Posthumus, and DeMose, tackle at number 78.
Yeah, he's only a sophomore, too. And 6'1", 210, number 78 for Mona. Here we go.
So C.J. Hooper's got 2 wideouts out to his left. In promotion to the right, Amato, and then back to his left again. He's looking to pitch the ball out to Amato. Amato breaks it to the end zone, and he's going to score.
Beautiful pitch.
It is a touchdown off the left side. Great offensive play. Again, Amato, I believe that might be his 5th. Here's a replay. If you'll watch the replay here.
That's the option to Amato. Just a very nice play. Opened up very nice.
Number 44 from Mona Shores, Eric Posthumus made a nice effort on about the 2-yard line, but a little bit too late. And again, Austin back to kick the extra point. Brad Wymus, who is 17 for 20, 3 for 3 in field goals, is long coming from about 30 yards out. Set, and it's up, and it's, I believe, wide right. There's a little wind, Kurt, out of the south, not much to affect the ball. It's about 65 degrees out. And normally we'd expect Brad to make those kicks, but tonight he missed that opportunity.
Yeah. 37 seconds gone in the game, and the Wildcats are out in front, 6-0.
All highlighted by the great offensive maneuver by Hooper again, with the quarterback or keeper off the right side of the line, with good blocking coming from Sneathan at 220 and Kyle Ross at 265 at 6'6". Making a big hole off the right side of the line. They went approximately
12 yards.
How many yards did you say?
12 yards, Don.
On the I'm talking
on the
about
touchdown run.
on the big play that C.J. Hooper broke to get him in field position on the 13-yard line.
Yeah, I don't have the yardage on that, but that was probably about 50 yards because it started on the 43.
It was a nice run anyway.
Yeah.
So that was the key play in that drive, I would say, Kurt, to set that ball up down on the 13-yard line. So back deep to receive for the Sailors on about the 5-yard line with the wind in the punter, the kicker's face, so it perhaps may not get down to the 5-yard line.
Number 5, Eric Carruthers, and number 24, Brent Jandron, back to receive for Mona Shores.
Winus puts his foot into the ball. It's a low line driver. Goes down to about the 15-yard line, 12-yard line. Right 24. Up the middle. He breaks it up the middle. And he's still driving. And he's brought down on the 35-yard line.
Tackled by number 27 for Jenison. And that would be Aaron Dawkins. Aaron Dawkins making the tackle on the
Here's a replay. Watch the effort, second effort here. He breaks a tackle here, brings the ball down in front of the 5 yards, and then Dawkins brings him on the 35, brings him down the 35-yard line. So Grant Boheist, number 2 quarterback, only a sophomore at 5'8", 145, under center, hands the ball off to a running back for about 2 yards right up the middle. It could be a fumble. Looks like a...
No, Mona's got it. We have for Jenison on the tackle, we have number 37 and number 52.
Eric Carruthers, a ball carrier, number 5 at 5'10", 155.
John Dykema in on the tackle for Jenison. Gain of about 1, Don.
I would say they have second and about 9. One running back set behind Boheist. He drops back to throw the ball. It's picked off by Amato. Amato's got nothing but end zone, all the way in the end zone. He's got one man to beat, and he's in the end zone. And
he returned that 35 yards for a touchdown.
That's Amato's 4th interception on the year. He's had 3 interceptions coming in tonight's contest. That's his 4th, which he turns into a touchdown. I'll tell you, here's a replay. Watch a replay. You'll see Amato play the ball. It's a pitch out to the right flat. He just picks the ball up, underthrown ball, and just has clear sailing down to the end zone. And Austin Amato shows you a good reason why he should be a good candidate for all-conference play, I would hope. 5'8", 160, all-purpose player for the Wildcats. Back to kick. The extra point again is, well, they're going to go for 2, Kurt.
Yeah, we missed the other one, so we're going for 2 now.
Harem at the back, in the backfield, fullback. The pitch out to Amato again. He puts his head down in the end zone.
He's in.
Well, Kurt, it's a quick jump out in the front here. 14-0 with 10:33 to go in the first quarter. We have a 14-0 ball game, so it could be a long night for the Sailors unless they find a cure to the great. Jenison's defense this year has really played superbly. During that couple of games when they had hurt people that were down and hurt, like there were a couple of games that C.J. Hooper was not playing, and we had Harriman out. They came
Dawkins
in.
was out. Manning was out. They had like 4 starters out, and some of the second-string kids came in and they stepped it up. They did well. And during that whole time, you're right, the defense played exceptionally well.
Right.
And kept them in some of those ball games.
I thought that was a time when Austin Amato really stepped up and took over. When C.J. Hooper went down, Austin Amato came up and really showed what he could do. And he's going to be back next year. He's only a junior, 5'8", 150, so he'll be back next year. So again, to kick off, Brad Winans on the 40 and back deep to receive. Kurt, we've got 2 Mona Shore Sailors on about the 5-yard line.
Yeah, Carruthers, number 5, and number 24, Brent Jandron. Short kick, Don.
That time it's picked up and he doesn't go anywhere. He's tackled by a whole host of Wildcats on about the 20-yard line.
That was number 81 for Mona Shores that picked that up, Ryan Patterson.
Okay, we'll see what the Mona Shore Sailors can put out on offense right now. In the backfield, they have Steve Walburn, 22 at 6'1", 205 senior, and then number 20, Scott at 5'10", 185. He's a senior as well. The quarterback is only a sophomore. He's a small boy. He's 5'8", 145, but obviously a good athlete. So he's got 2 more years of eligibility after this year. But split out wide right this way. He's got two split outs to the right and to the left. So 1 running back and 2 wide outs. Quarterback keeps the ball, ducks down, and he's taken down by, I believe, Smoes.
Yeah, number 52.
On about the 23-yard line for very little gain.
That was Ryan Smoes that made the tackle. Nice tackle. So we've got 2nd and 9, Don.
Set the defense for the Wildcats.
We've got Scott Pierce, number 2, filling in for Dustin Manning, and then Rich Zavitz in the middle, and Chad Postema, and Ryan Smoes across the front line.
Well, again, not much of a gain up the middle, off the right side of the line, but for only a few yards and very little gain. Two inside linebackers for the Wildcats, Boheis and Bursley, have really played outstanding football all year, as normally the Wildcats do on defense. Their linebackers are in almost every stop. They have a great lineup in front, as Kurt had just mentioned, the players he just mentioned, but he'll mention the rest of them in a sec. Boheis back, throws it out to a receiver who's wide open, and he goes for about 3 yards. We have a penalty flag down on about the 30-yard line, though.
Number 88 caught that ball, and that is Matt Jackson from Mona Shores.
Big kid, 6'3", 200-pound tight end for the Mona Shores Sailors.
I believe Eric DeBode, number 58, is. I see he's out there on defense. In place of Mitch Harriman.
We have a penalty going against the Sailors. They're talking to Boheis on about the 30-yard line. They're talking about moving the ball back. It brings up either 3rd and long, or it's going to be 3rd and much longer, Kurt.
I believe it is. Looks like Jenison accepted that penalty, and it looks like it's going to be about 3rd and 12.
Well, I would imagine that they'll probably go to the air again. They haven't had much success with the ground game. Jenison comes in tonight's contest with almost 3,000 yards of offense, and about 75% of those yards are on the ground and 25% in the air. They're holding their opponents to very little limited yardage, about 150 per.
Spread the field. He's looking to throw, and he's deep. He's got Crothers open.
Crothers is open, and he's going to be going all the way.
He's going all the way for a touchdown.
It was an opportunity.
Behind the defense. So that's 80 yards.
80-yarder with Dawkins had a shot at him in about the 25. We perhaps will get a replay on that. It was a nice play by Carruthers. He's only a sophomore at 5'10", 155. Goes both offensively and defensively, plays the defensive back position. So he does show you his speed on that play. So that brings the Sailors back. Here's a replay, Kurt, if you just pick this up real quick. See Carruthers breaking down the right side of the field. Nice pass. There's a chance Dawkins has a shot at him right on the heel, and away he goes in the end zone.
He made a nice diving effort, but he just couldn't quite get it. Number 7, Nagos from Mona Shores is going to attempt the extra point.
Placed down, and it's up, and it's
good.
So that brings it up to a 14-7 ball game. Wildcats on top, 8:51 to go in the first quarter. So Wildcats sort of got stung by the pass play.
Yes, he did. He got behind the defense, and it was a well-thrown ball, a nice route by Carruthers, and he's got good speed, and we just couldn't catch him.
I'm impressed with Eric Carruthers' speed. I know that Aaron Dawkins, number 27 for the Wildcats, at 6'185", has got real good speed. I've seen him run, and he's got good speed, but Eric Carruthers just outran him. It was a beautifully thrown ball by a sophomore quarterback at 5'8", 145, and put it right on his hands, and about the 40-yard line, it was all sailing on down in the end zone. So back.
Okay, Wildcats are going to get the ball back, Don. We've got Austin Amato deep for Jenison, and Bundy and Hahn on the sides with him.
Sort of surprises me that they would move up Austin so close, because he is kicking with a pretty good wind behind his back. It bounces around, picked up by the upneck, and he gets down to about the 43-yard line. Is brought down by Kurt. Who brought him down?
I'm not sure.
41?
I think that was 37.
Joe Gordon brought him down at
That was number 37, John Dykema, who fielded the squib kick. Obviously, Mona Shores does not want to kick to Amato.
That's probably a pretty wise move on their part. Austin's already burned him for the one touchdown on the interception. Okay, Wildcats ball. 1st and 10 from the 43-yard line. C.J. Hooper calling out plays. Drops back to throw the ball. Nice pass play down to Dawkins. Overthrows Dawkins at about the 30-yard line. Defending for the Sailors, number 9, is Mike Kojak. So we have
pretty well covered. Pretty well covered. And
I like to see Kurt. I'd like to kind of see Harriman run a few offensive plays and see how his ankles are. I know his ankles were sore there for a few weeks.
Yeah, he's fine. He's in good shape, and I think they're just setting him up. You know, that's Jenison has a lot of different ways that they can move the football. A lot of good skilled players, and they like to use them all.
This time they've got 2 wideouts to the near side and 2 wideouts to the far side with Harriman deep back, and the ball is taken by C.J. Hooper trying to outrun the defensive end, which he does, and he's brought down the 50-yard line for about a 5-6-yard gain, taken down by number 80. Dave DeMose, senior at 190, 6'1". Nice defensive play by 80 for the Sailors, brings up a 3rd and about 2.5.
That's a long. It's about 3rd and 3, I would say.
You're gonna call me for a half-yard, Kurt.
That's right. Call you for a half-yard.
Kurt's a former AD. He's gonna be tough on me tonight. I can see that coming now. He's gonna be tough.
Hey, this is hard.
All right, here we go. C.J. Hooper calling out plays. He's handing the ball off to. He's called his own number, and he's down. Well, here's an interesting call.
Yeah.
He's
number 5, Carruthers, in on the tackle. I think he's just short of the first down.
It brings up 4th and about, I would say, 1.5 foot, and I would say, knowing the Wildcats are probably going to go for this. Number 99 brings in a play, Chad Postma. I'll tell you,
yeah, it's a little early in the game to be gambling, but Coach Anise doesn't like to give up the football. He's got confidence in his offense.
Bundy goes out far to the left side. C.J. Hooper calling out plays. Gives it into Harriman for at least 3 yards off the right side, running in behind Sneathen and Kyle Rouse. Again,
good blocking.
Yeah, number 77 goes 220. Sneathen and Rouse at 265 make a nice hole off the right side of the line. We like to give credit where credit is due. And the offensive, here's a replay, Kurt. Watch the replay and the nice blocking.
Nice blocking.
The driving by Harriman, showing you why he has had over 1,000 yards as a sophomore and also as a junior, and is having a good year this year as well. Well, 1st and 10 on the 45-yard line. C.J. Hooper back to throw the ball, and he's brought in. 41 comes in untouched. I'll tell you, 41, Joe Gordon. Only a junior came in, and he lost 5 yards on that attempt, so somebody's going to have to pick him up. Gordon came in from his left linebacker position. He's one of the players that Coach mentioned was a key player for the Sailors, so we won't watch out for 41. Here's a replay.
Yeah, untouched. Untouched.
Okay, again, we have a spread out to the right. 2 players to the right side, to the left side. Harriman deep.
He's got to be a screen pass. Oh, he picked it off the ground.
Well, that time the play was there, Kurt.
Yeah.
And Harriman was there, and the ball got there, but the ball just didn't stay there.
That's right. It was thrown low, and he had to rush it a little bit. It was a screen play, but I think they came in a little faster than C.J. planned on.
One of the things that will do, Kurt, is slow down that blitzing linebacker that we've seen the last couple of times when you do the screen play, and that was a perfect call. Brings up 3rd and long. What do you think they're going to do here?
I think they're going to throw the ball down.
Well, he's going to do that same formation. He's got 2 wide to the right. He got Bundy breaking to the right, and he is being chased down hard. He's got Harriman wide open. He's got the first down and then some.
Down
he
to the
his way down to the
25-yard
line.
Tackled by number 9, Mike Kodziak.
Along with Brent Giron.
It's a nice scrambling rollout run by CJ.
25-yard pickup, or 15-yard pickup. Here's a replay. Watch the Harriman pick up the
He
ball
was
and
wide
rumble
open.
about 15, 20 yards to his right, and there he goes down.
Yeah, we had 2 men open there, and I think there was a little adjustment on that play. CJ got flushed out of the pocket a little sooner than he planned on, and he rolled out nicely to the right and found the open man.
1st and 10 from the 25. Hooper back to throw the ball with good production.
He's wide open to Dawkins.
Dawkins is in.
Touchdown.
Touchdown.
Great catch.
Luke
number
Meyer.
Number four.
Luke Meyer, nice defensive effort. He tried hard, but Dawkins made up for the play previously when Carruthers. Here's a replay.
Yeah.
Kurt, just walk us through the replay here.
Yeah, Luke Myers gets his hand on the ball right there, tips it, and but doesn't knock it down, and Dawkins does a great job of keeping his eye on the ball, concentrating, and catching the ball for the touchdown.
Brad Winans, ball set, up, and this time it's through the uprights for.
So at 5:44 of the first quarter, we already have 4 touchdowns, Don. We're going to be here all night.
It's like a basketball score. Jenison has had 3 nice drives, 3 good possessions, and offensively they have a lot of weapons, as you mentioned earlier, with Amato, with Harriman, with Dawkins, with C.J. Hooper, all healthy, and with the good defense that they've shown so far, they've got all the weapons. If they can get by tonight's game and then have a good game with Granville, they hopefully go into some playoffs, and hopefully
with a lot of momentum and some confidence. But you have to play them one game at a time, and you don't want to be looking ahead to the playoff because you know the first goal is always the conference championship. And
actually,
when you play Granville, it's a great rivalry. Our rivalry with Granville in football has just developed into something that's been really outstanding, and they're going to give us a real battle.
Always have and always do, and it's anybody's ball game, and it's this year it's over at Granville, so that's even a little tougher game.
Okay, here we go with Crothers back.
Winans,
number 24,
goes down about the 15-yard line. Out to the 25-yard line.
That's that's Brent
Jandron.
Brent Jandron. Brent Jandron is the ball carrier there, returns kicks for Mona Shores. Looks like a nice strong runner. It was a good return. And the Wildcats will have first down on the Mona Shores, or their own 25-yard line. Oh, I'm sorry, Mona Shores will have first down.
That's all right.
I'm a rookie, Don.
It's a long game, Gert. A long game. We'll make mistakes. Don't worry about it. Pitch out back to, and he's brought down immediately by Smoes.
That was number 20, Scott for Mona Shores carrying the football.
You know, the season, Kurt, this year for Mona Shores started out real badly. They started out with a loss at Reese Puffer and then at Muskegon Catholic Central. They went to 3 wins over Holland, East Kentwood, and Granville, and then got beat last week badly by Rockford, and then this last week West Ottawa.
Yeah, they've had a tough part of their schedule.
Bo Heiss throws one, and there's no one in the area except for a Jenison player.
It was intended for the tight end, number 88, is it?
Matt Jackson, 6'3", 200, big target.
So we're looking at third and 10, Don.
Yeah, it stops the clock with 4:56 to go in the first quarter. Jenison on top, 21-7.
My guess is they'll go to the air again. Last time in this situation, they burned us for an 80-yard touchdown. So let's see what happens here.
Well, they'll be watching Carruthers, number 5, if he starts breaking down the sidelines again, which he is again right now. Bo Heiss drops back and takes the ball himself up the middle for about a 5-yard gain, brought down by the inside of the
number 76 for Jenison, John Olszewski. In on the tackle, and number 9, Rick Bolheis.
Okay, back to kick the ball for the Sailors. Number 26 is Dan Bullerman. Deep to receive.
Amato.
Amato kicking in with the win. A nice
punt.
Nice
punt.
over end.
over Amato's head. It gets a bounce.
Amato's just going to let the ball go. It's downed in there by 24, Brad Duran.
That was a great punt all the way from the 31-yard line down to the 10-yard line.
Remember last year, Kurt, Rockford had the good punter that kicked one, I believe, won the game. It was a 90-yard kick. He was in his own end line. The ball went down to about the 10-yard line.
I remember, yes.
That was a little, I will say this, though. He had a little wind behind him, but it was a great kick. Jenison starts out now from a little poorer field position. 1st and 10 from the 10-yard line. Up 21-7. C.J. Hooper has his full complement of people back. Kevin Fales breaks out far to the right. Bundy to the near side. Harriman the setback. In motion goes Amato.
Hooper's got the ball.
Hooper's
and he stumbles and falls right at the line of scrimmage. There's no gain on the play.
A little shoestring tackle for number 25 or 26. I can't read the number from here, but those old eyes.
That was Dan Bullerman. Dan Bullerman.
Got these old eyes, Kurt.
Yeah. That's why I have these binoculars, Don.
Postma brings
Pick up
the
those
play
numbers
in.
out there.
Well, Kurt, let me ask you a question. How do you like this so far?
Well, it's fun. It's all right. I'd just rather sit and watch the game.
Kurt, you know, for many years was the AD here, and now we got him up in the booth, and he's having a good time, and I hope.
Oh, I'm having a good time. I'm learning fast here. CJ again tackled by number 41, which would be Joe Gordon from Mona Shores. Very nice defense by Mona Shores.
Jenison keeps trying the right side of the line, again running behind Sneeden, Kyle Ross, and they've big kids at 220 and 265. Jenison has an offensive line that's averaging about 215 tackle to tackle.
Yeah, not a big line for Jenison this year, but they are quite quick.
Right.
That's one reason why Coach Anise changed his offense this year to get better use out of the quickness of his line.
Brings up third and about 11. Austin Amato in motion. The handoff given inside for very little gain. Brought down by a host of sailors on obviously it's no first down, so we've got a punting situation into the wind.
Yeah. Should
give Mona Shores fairly decent field position.
Yeah, they should have excellent field position out of this.
Walburn, 22, dropping back deep to receive the punt on about the 45-yard line.
He just got it off. Just got it off. But he's
ball stops. It's down by Amato on about the Jenison's 37-yard line.
Yeah, it took a Mona Shores bounce. So kind of a high snap. Just got the kick off. Hurried it a little bit, and but he did a good job getting it out of there. And so we have Mona Shores with excellent field position on the Jenison 37-yard line. See if the defense can rise to the occasion.
Well, on the offensive line, we have Larson at the tackle, along with Mikalski at the other tackle. Both big kids, one 305, the other one 260. You got big tackles.
Number 20, John Scott, carrying the ball, met by the interior line, and he went nowhere.
Bo Heist, and also behind Bo Heist was Scott Pierce, who's filling in for Dustin Manning tonight.
I need it. Okay, here we go, Don. 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 from about the 37. No gain on the last play. The pitch out to Carruthers. Carruthers breaks through a couple of tackles, but not until he gets to about the 35-yard line.
And he's brought down by number 2 for Jenison.
Scott Pierce.
Two plays in a row that Scott's been in on the tackle.
Brings up 3rd and about 9. So I would say that they look like they may go to the air again, Kurt.
That would be my guess.
Jackson split out wide right, their tight end. 6'3", 220, big target. Boheis rolls to his right, hits Carruthers, and he's drilled right there by Dawkins and on the 25, but it's a first down, moves the chains.
Very nice play.
If they show a replay, you'll see a nice pass pattern run here. Watch the pass pattern, and look at the protection that Boheis gets. He delivers the ball right on the numbers. Beautiful play right there. So the Sailors are in a threatening position on the 23-yard line with 54 seconds to go in the first quarter, behind 21-7. Bo Heiss off the right
the ball
side,
himself.
and he's going to hit pay dirt if he keeps it up, but no, he doesn't keep it up. And again,
Tackled,
Dawkins brings him down at about the 8-yard line.
Dawkins saved the day there. Saved the tackle on the 5-yard line. First and goal from the 5 for Mona Shores. Will Heiss read that well, kept the ball, tucked it in, and went.
Here's a replay.
He's got good speed for a sophomore quarterback.
Jenison with their goal line defense. They brought in 3 bigger players to go in for the defense. Bo Heiss calling up signals. It's a handoff to up the middle. I believe Carruthers with the ball.
Yes, it was Carruthers.
He's down on about the 1-yard line.
Number 52, Ryan Smoes, on the bottom of that pile for Jenison.
So, you know, the Sailors are showing us a little offense here now, Kurt.
Yes, they're moving the ball nicely. They got the ball in good field position. They had 2 consecutive first downs, and they're second and goal from about the 6-inch line. Well, we have the end of the first quarter, Don.
Well, there's been a little bit of scoring. We've had 4 touchdowns, and Kurt could probably give us a little bit of an overview of what we saw the first quarter.
Okay, Don. Jenison took the opening kickoff and scored in 2 plays. Most of that yardage was on a keeper by quarterback C.J. Hooper. Took it down to about the 13-yard line. And then he ran a beautiful pitch on the second play to Austin Amato, who took it in to score, and the score was 6-0. On Mona Shore's very first possession, Austin Amato intercepted a pass out in the flat and had nothing but real estate in front of him. And with his speed, there was nobody that was going to catch him. And they also went for the 2-point conversion on a pitch to Amato, which was good. So the score at that time, a minute and a half into the ball game, was 14-0. Mona came right back, though, and had 3rd and long and burned Jenison deep for an 80-yard pass from Bo Heiss to Carruthers. And their kick was good, made it 14-7 at that time. And then Jenison came right back with a beautiful pass to Dawkins. Made a very fine catch, juggling the ball, going into the end zone. The extra point by Brad Winans was good. And the score now stands at 21-0 with Mona Shores looking to get it into the end zone again.
Right now, again, they're on the 1-foot line with 2nd and goal. Bo Heiss. Did he call his own number, Kurt?
No, it was John Scott, number 20.
So
I
John
believe.
Scott.
Yeah,
so they are, you know, the game started out, looked like it was going to be all Wildcats. It looked like Wildcat night, and now we've got a 13-21 ball game. We'll see they're setting the ball down to kick the extra point. Negos, number 7, to kick the extra point. Holding the ball is Kyle Duzert, and it is a good one.
So the score is 21-14. We got a ball game.
It's interesting. You know, Jenison scored like lightning on the interceptions and the big plays, and then Mona Shores got good field position and just sort of drove that ball down, and they can strike. They've got a good weapon. John Scott got good speed, as well as Eric Carruthers. Scott with the power and Carruthers with the speed, and I'm impressed with Bo Heiss at 5'8", 145. Not that big, but he's got the big arm. He threw a nice pass out there to Carruthers.
Sure did. Yeah, Mona came to play. You know, they could have got shook up by our quick scores, and but looks like they didn't leave it bother them, and they're making this an interesting ball game.
You know, if you look at the overall statistics on the game, on the year, Jenison's really only giving up about 220 yards on defense all year, and they're averaging about 350 yards themselves. So they've been averaging about 125 yards of offense over holding their defense, the other team, down to about 220 yards per contest.
Okay, we're ready for the kickoff. We've got the usual people back for Jenison.
It's a line
this
drive.
Time it's to Bundy. Clay Bundy carrying the ball.
And he's brought down on about the 42-yard line.
by number 78 from Mona, and that would be Dan Demos.
Only a sophomore, 2'10", 6'1", be back for 2 more years of play. So the Wildcats now will take over, and they're on the 40-yard line, so they've got 60 yards before we'll see what can happen. This is an opportunity to see a little drive in motion here.
Yeah, last time Jenison had the ball, the defense stopped them on 3 downs. Let's see what they can do.
Cooper drops back. He's looking for a receiver. He's got
Barican, wide open, but he just couldn't quite catch the ball.
Wide open, a beautiful pass with the wind. C.J. Hooper must have thrown that ball at least a good 50 yards in the air. It was just a little overthrown. Sneathan is a little bit agile on his ankle right now, coming off the field down at about the 5-yard line. Just a little overthrown, but he was 5 yards behind his defender.
Yep. It was a nice play.
That'll give something the Sailors to think about, Kurt.
Okay, see if they can loosen up the run here a little bit.
Hooper back to throw again. He's being flushed out of the pocket. And he's got nowhere to go, but he's running for. He broke around the corner. He's down here. He put a lick on.
Boy,
for his size, he put a lick on 64. Matt Sweener at 167, and he'll feel that for a few days. He picked up a little positive yardage too, Kurt. It brings up 3rd and 5, so a nice heads-up play by C.J. Hooper.
Yeah, he did that all on his own. There was no blocking there. He saw that Mona Shores had very good coverage. There was no place to go, and all he could do was scramble. And he's got good wheels, a lot of speed, and he just kind of outran the defense there and had a nice, really a 6-yard gain.
I like the way he put his head down at the last and put that shoulder into the defender, Kurt. Okay, 3rd and 5 from the 45-yard line. Ball given into 45 for the Wildcats. Picks up the first down. Driven out of bounds by Eric Carruthers.
Very nice play. DeHaan carried the ball quite a bit when Harriman was injured earlier in the year, and so
well, DeHaan's had 25 carries, Kurt, on the year with 182 yards. He's averaging 7.3 yards per try, so he's a pretty good horse for the Wildcats.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, indeed.
Big play for the Wildcats. Brings them out of that 3rd and 5 situation. 1st and 10 from about the 37-yard line. Hooper calling out his signals. Drops back to pass. Delivers the ball into Bundy, and he's flipped down on about the 18-yard line.
He's tackled by number 6, Scott Swinburne. And a nice tackle there. But it's a first down for the Wildcats, and they're moving the ball.
Here's a replay. Watch the replay. You'll see.
Just cut right into the seam of the defense, and he was wide open. Very nice offensive play.
Well, Jenison down in 4-down territory. He's 1st and 10 on about the 19-yard line with 10:43 to go in the 2nd quarter. Jenison on top, 21-14. OK Red football, Friday night.
Looks like number 5, Eric Carruthers, had an equipment problem, and so they had to send in a substitute for him. Number 9, Mike Koziak, is in for him.
So 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. There's any number of things the Wildcats can run with their triple option play. They send Bundy out far to the right. Fails close to the near side. Hooper back to throw the ball. He's flushed out a little bit, and he's going to release the ball. It was a heads-up play. He was being brought down and released the ball. Number 44 from the Sailors, Eric Posthumus, had him around the waist.
He did a great job of getting the ball off. And he had 84, Ryan Fales, open in the end zone.
Right. Heads up play by Hooper, but to get rid of the ball, not taking that 10-yard loss, Kurt.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it wasn't that far from a touchdown.
That's right. The main thing was he didn't get caught for the loss, and he got rid of the ball.
Absolutely.
Hooper rolling left. Flips the ball forward. That's a live ball, and it's out of bounds on about the 17-yard line. So there's very little gain.
They called that an incomplete forward pass, Don.
You know, that reminds me, Kurt, a little bit back years ago when the Raiders played, and they had that play where they kicked the ball around a little bit, and they finally went in the end zone when the Raiders fell on the ball.
Yeah.
And it was a touchdown, and from that play, they changed the rules in the NFL and disallowed the
whatever
kicking
you
of
call
the ball if it was loose on the
In this
ground.
case, he was just trying to shovel it forward.
Right. It was a
his
live
running
ball.
back.
Had the Sailors fallen on the ball, it'd been their ball.
No,
Okay.
he called it an incomplete forward pass.
Right, right. 3rd and 10 on the 20-yard line. Hooper calling plays, passes. He's going to throw the ball. What's he going to do? He's breaking to his left, stops, waving his player down the
He's
end
got
zone.
him open, intercepted by Carruthers.
He's coming
out of the end zone. Oh, he could go all the way. He could go all the way.
He's only got one player to beat. He's got
84 caught him. And we have a flag on the play. I think we got a clip over here.
Nice stop by Kevin Fales, 84. Watch the replay if we could. You'll see that Hooper is looking for someone to go in the end zone. He's motioning Mato to go deeper. Carruthers picks the ball 5 yards deep in the end zone. Just breaks his way, threads his way along the sidelines, breaks back into the inside of the field. Kevin Fales brings him down right there, but we have a clip on a 45-yard line.
Right.
Big play by the Sailors.
Yeah, Eric Carruthers made a great interception there, because if he doesn't intercept that ball, it's a touchdown for Jenison.
Exactly right, because Mato was 5 yards deep in the end zone. And if you'll notice, C.J. Hooper kept waving him to go in deeper because he could see he could get to him, but by that time, Carruthers had reacted to the play, the sophomore from Mona Shores, and made a nice defensive play on the ball.
Boy, they're bringing that ball all the way back to the 20. There was another clip back here, so there had to be 2 clips. So that brings it all the way back to the 10-yard line.
Well, the big thing is that it's the Sailors' ball, 1st and 10 on the 10-yard line, with the Wildcats threatening after having driven the ball about 40 yards down in the scoring territory.
Yeah. And Stan Jewett, the coach from Mona Shores now, wants an explanation of what is happening here. He assumed that the clip took place on the 45-yard line, and one did take place down here, but I think there was an earlier clip down here. And so I think the first clip is what's taken precedent here.
Dean Jewett is one of the senior coaches in the OK Red in his 11th year. He's got 40 victories and 67 defeats. Tony Anise in his 3rd year at Jenison is 20-6, so he's got about 80% of his games have been wins. He's having a nice 3-year run here at Jenison. Done an outstanding job since he got here, and he's just a little disappointed right now that they turned the ball over when they had an opportunity to go down and knock on the door from about the 20. And lo and behold, it's underthrown, and Carruthers picks it off. They get the ball back and stops the threat. Score 21-14 with 10 to go in the 2nd quarter. So the Sailors are showing no life, a little spark.
Yes, they are. They're making a ball game out of this. They really are. Jenison's got their hands full right now. And I think that was probably a charged timeout to Mona Shores right there. So that's their first timeout. I think that's the first timeout of the game, isn't it, Don?
I think you're right.
So Mona Shores will have the ball 1st and 10 from their own 10-yard line. See if the Wildcats can stop them here.
We'll be going into the win, 80 yards away from scoring. Boheis at quarterback, number 2. He gives the ball off into Carruthers, and he's brought down by Boheis, but he's still driving.
Nice stop by Boheis. Met him straight up and made a nice stop on the drive, and got a little help from some of his teammates, but he was the first man to make the tackle there.
Picked up about 2 yards, brings up a 2nd and about 8. Jenison defense led in there by Scott Pierce, Richard Zavitz, Postma, Smoes, DeBode, Bursley and Boheis, and Lanster at linebacker, Amato, Dawkins, and Bundy playing defensive back. A little counter play.
Now the Wildcats read that pretty well.
Walburn with the ball goes down to about the 14-yard line.
He was tackled by number 16, Jeremy Lanster, and number 2, Scott Pierce.
Nice play by sophomore.
So we've got 3rd and 6, Don.
3rd and 6.
Big play here for the Wildcats if they can stop them and get the ball back. That'd be a big play.
Number 20, John Scott goes out of the game. Their threat, the power back. One back deep behind the quarterback, Boheis. He's dropping back to throw the ball, and he's got a man open.
Number 24, who is
Jaron.
Yeah,
Jandron.
Yeah, Brent Jandron. Bo Heist did a nice rollout out of the pocket and found his man, and it's a first down for the Sailors, and they're on the move again, Don. First and goal from their own 32-yard line, or first and 10 rather, from their own 32-yard line.
The key there, Kurt, is 3rd and 5, and they come out of a hole, and it's not only a first down, but they picked up pretty good field position.
Yes, they did.
32-yard line. Pitch out to Carruthers, and he's brought down very
beautiful
quickly.
Defensive play by number 52, Ryan Smoes.
Ryan Smoes has been doing that all year long. He's got 23 tackles up through tonight. One of the key defenders, number 52, is 6'2", 210. He's only this is his last year. He's a senior. Ended up having a good year.
Yeah, boy, he came through that line quickly. I don't know if anybody blocked him or not, but he did a great job getting through there and getting to the ball carrier instantly.
Well, they lost 2 yards on that, so it brings up 2nd and 12. Bo Heist giving the ball up the middle, and for very little gain, back to the original line of scrimmage, or perhaps a yard beyond that, but he's brought down again by number...
It's number 37, Don. That's John Dykema. Nice tackle by John Dykema. Had him by the ankles.
Well, it brings up 3rd and about 7, which has been Mona Shore's best play of the day so far, is 3rd and long.
They've been absolutely outstanding on 3rd down.
Well, look for him to throw the ball again, and last time they had Walburn open, wide open. 24 was wide open. Boy's backdrop to throw the ball, and he's brought down. No, he's not. He's still going.
Oh, he's going to make it. He's scrambling. He's finally brought down by number 16, Jeremy Lanstra. Somebody had him in the backfield there for no gain, and just sheer desire, he got out of there and got the first down. So Mona's come to play.
As we said earlier, the 3rd and long for Mona Shores has been their best play of the night. As you also said, Kurt, one of the Wildcats had a great grasp of the quarterback on about the, here's a replay. There's a player, a Jenison player, had him by the ankles, let's go, and he gets his first down and then some.
Yep. Got to give the Mona Shores credit for making that happen.
1st and 10 from the 45-yard line. Bo Heist calling out signals. And inside handoff.
Yeah, met by the whole interior line of Jenison. That was number 24. Again, Brent Jandrun. Brent Jandrun from Mona Shores. Gained about 2 yards on the play.
So 2nd and about 9. 2nd 9. Big tight end Brooks out here wide right. Bo Heist drops back, looks for receiver. He's got a man wide open, overthrows him. He had
confusion in the secondary for Jenison. Two Jenison Wildcats went for the same defender, and nobody picked up the guy streaking open.
Jandron was wide open at about the 35-yard line. Where's the replay? Watch Jandron 24 wide open right now, and he just gets overthrown. Otherwise, it's a tie ball game, Kurt.
That's correct. Yeah, Wildcats got a break there.
You know, I think possibly that because Jenison jumped out so quick, they may have had a little bit of a letdown, and they better strap it back on here. Bo Heist out to a little flat here. Carruthers is hit by the sophomore Lanstra on about the 47-yard line.
Very nice play. Jeremy read that all the way and had him in his sights.
So that's 4th down, Kurt. So they'll probably have to kick that ball back to Amato, that dangerous returner. Dropping back to kick the ball.
Yep, Amato and Bundy back. Bundy short.
It's a nice little
kick to Amato.
Picks up on the 17-yard line,
He's
breaks
going
out to
wide.
his right, looking for a little room to his right. Comes back inside, keeps
Still
going back to his right.
Still going.
Down the sidelines, brings it down to the 43-yard line. Nice return by Amato.
I'm not sure who was on the tackle there, but Amato took a little bit of a punishment there. That was a nice tackle and a nice return.
Picked up about 20 yards on the return, showing you the great athlete that he is. There's a replay of that. You'll watch this play that he looks for his seam, brings off to his right, then cuts back inside to his left, and he says no room there. Then he heads back to the sidelines. He's got good speed, and this gets driven out of bounds right there. And as Kurt said, he takes a pretty good hit.
Okay, here we go, Don.
Okay, C.J. Hooper at the 40-yard line gives that ball in a little cross buck to Dykema, and he goes for about 1 or 2 yards, and looks to me like Mona Shores has come to play a little defense right now.
Bottom of that pile for Mona Shores is number 44, Eric Postumus.
At 44, number 44, 5'11", 160 is a senior. Kevin Fales brings the play in a C.J. Hooper. 2nd and 10, no gain on the last play. 4:55 to go in the second quarter. Jenison on top by 7. 21-14. Fales out wide to the right, or wide to this side. Breaks. It's a pitch out.
Amato.
Amato goes to the first down, and he also will go out of bounds and stop the clock. So he picks up the first down, stops the clock, and keeps the drive alive, Kurt.
He sure did. Another nice pitch, another nice run. Number 80, Dave Demos, came all the way across to push him out of bounds there.
Kurt's going to take us to the replay here. Just a simple pitch out to Amato, and he just shows the speed he's got.
Yeah, and he's got not only speed, but he has that quick stop and go. He just threads his way through.
Good stutter stepping. 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line, 47-yard line. Dykema, yeah, it's an
option to Bundy.
And he's got...
Fales is open. He's caught the ball. He caught the ball. Beautiful catch. Kevin
Fales on about the 70-yard line with a beautiful catch. I hope we catch this on replay.
Number 6, Scott Swinburne on the tackle, saved the touchdown.
Here's a replay. Watch the, I think it's Bundy gets the
yes,
ball back.
12 Bundy.
Leaves it down. And watch a play by Kevin Fales. A beautiful catch on the 10.
Outstanding catch. He just stretched his whole body out to make that catch. You know, it was a great catch. It was actually good defense. The defender was right there.
That might be the catch of the year the Wildcats have had. Okay, Hooper on about the 7-yard line. 1st and goal. Pitches it out to Amato. Amato around the right side. Brought down about the 5-yard line.
Another pitch out on the option. That play seems to be open quite a bit, Don.
They seem to be going to the right side. They pick it on the right side. Right. And also the offense has sort of come to life there, sparked to life a little bit.
Yeah. Well, they moved the ball last time too, but we turned it over in the end zone.
Right.
We've got 2nd goal from the 5, Don.
C.J. Hooper behind Griffin, number 50, the center at 5'7", 195. Big lineup in front of him. Hooper calling out signals. Breaks to his left, gives the ball, I believe, into Harriman.
Yeah, that's Harriman's 2nd carry of the night, isn't it?
I believe it. He's not Harriman for about 2 or 3 yards. They go to the big guy, and he brings the ball down to about the, I'd say, about the 4-yard line.
About the 3-yard line, Don. It looks like it's even with the extra point mark there. So it's 3rd and goal from the 3. Nice defense by Mona. The whole interior of the line just converged on the ball.
They bring in the double tight ends. I believe they bring in Postma, 99 for blocking Chet Postma at 6'2", 215.
Yep.
And there's going to be a timeout, I believe, charged to the Wildcats. That's their first timeout. 1 Mona Shores, 1 Wildcat timeout.
Yeah, the second quarter is going a little faster than the first quarter, Don.
A little faster.
Yeah, we're down to one touchdown only in the second quarter.
The key right here, in my view, Kurt, is that Jenison can go ahead and punch the ball in now and bring this game up to a 28-14. They can take a little bit of a momentum back, because for a while there, Jenison had all the momentum, and then Mona Shores struck with the big pass play for 80 yards.
And they got the momentum right back.
Exactly.
And now it's been back and forth. The last 2 times Jenison had the ball, they've moved the ball right down the field.
Right.
If they can just keep from turning the ball over, Don, I think they'll be in good shape.
They had 2 nice drives. This is the second drive. The first drive went for about 45 yards.
No, it went more than that. It started on about the 25-yard line, I believe, and went all the way down to about the 10. So
Kurt's holding these yards.
Hey, you got to have the right stats, Don. You got to have the right stats.
He's burning my toe. He's put the fire to my toe here. Okay, we got 3rd and goal from about the 3-yard line. With 2:51 to go in the half, Jenison knocking on the door.
I believe they got the same personnel. They've got Boheis in as well on offense there.
They got Harriman at fullback.
What are we running here?
This I haven't seen yet, but he's going to give the ball into Harriman. Nope, he does not give it into Harriman.
Scott Pierce.
Scott Pierce for the touchdown. beautiful play.
Yeah, he brought in a couple of people from the defense there. Number 9, Bull Heist. Number 2, Scott Pierce. I didn't have a clue what was going on. For a minute there, I thought we...
Well, here's a replay. Watch the fake inside. He'll fake it into Harriman. Harriman goes in. They tackle him, and then Scott Pierce breaks over the right side, and he's wide open in the end zone for 6 points. Now,
fooled everybody. Fooled everybody. Okay, here we go for the extra point, Don.
Hooper holding. Brad Winans about ready to put the ball up. Kicks it, and it is through the middle of the uprights, 28-14. Jenison on top with 2:48 to go. Beautiful drive, Kurt, by the Wildcats, taking that ball and just driving it down the field, establishing that offense, and no turnovers that time.
Very excellent execution.
Showing you why they're 6-1 overall, and only that one loss that they had to West Ottawa earlier in the year.
Yeah, this Jenison team can
can
move the football in a lot of different ways.
A lot of weapons.
A lot of different ways.
I've been watching Jenison football, as you have, Kurt, for many, many years, and this is one of the better years, or one of the better teams I've seen them field. They've got outstanding personnel in many different spots, and they just have an awesome team from tackle to tackle, from end to end. In the backfield, they've got power, they've got speed, they've got good versatility, and they have a very good defense. So they have it all this year.
Well, if they can stay healthy and play up to their capabilities, and they have an excellent opportunity to do something in the playoff, I think.
Sometime during the broadcast, we'd like to take a couple of minutes, and Kurt will walk us through some of the changes in the playoff system, which is a little complicated, but he's got some information that we'd like to pass along when we have a chance for that. So Brad Winans about ready to tee it up on the 40, back deep to receive 2 Sailors on about the 5-yard line.
Yeah, number 5 Carruthers and number 24 Brent Jandron. Back for Mona.
Got the wind at his back. Ballcats get ready to kick the ball. They spread out across the field, the 35-yard line. Winans back. Left-footed kicker. End over end.
Drive kick
Down
to Eric Carruthers.
Carruthers right up the middle, looking for a little seam, and there's no seam there. He's brought down by number 40 for the Wildcats, Kurt.
Number 40 is Mark Dreyer.
Nice stop by the Wildcats, so that'll bring up 1st and 10 on the 29-yard line with 2:41 to go in the second half.
See if the Jenison defense now can rise to the occasion and maintain that 28-14 margin going into halftime. They've got a lot of time left.
Right.
2 minutes and 41 seconds left on the scoreboard in the second quarter.
Well, they break out Eric Carruthers, number 5, who's dangerous, along with 88 Matt Jackson to the right side out here. Oh, as he nailed big time in there, the quarterback, Bolheis. I want to see that kid who got up the first hit that was delivered by...
Yeah, I didn't catch that.
37.
That's 37. That's John Dykema.
John Dykema with a big hit.
That's about 2nd and 8.
Here's a replay. Watch the big hit by 37.
Oh,
right
that was a great hit.
There. Okay, 2nd and about 8. He's got 2 receivers on the near side, 2 on the far side. Scott with the ball, the pitch out, picks up yardage. He's going for the first down. He's past the first down marker and driven out of bounds on about the 50-yard line finally, after he picks up his first down. Driven out by
number 2, Scott Pierce. It was a nice run. Jenison over-penetrated in the backfield a little bit, and he got outside, and the contain man was not there.
What's Scott?
And he breaks the tackle. He runs hard.
He's got good speed and power.
Yeah, Mona has come to play tonight. They are showing a lot of strength.
Bolheis back, throws the ball out to the tight end. He's immediately taken down by Amato on the 50-yard line for practically
gain of 3.
2-yard gain. Brings up about 3rd and Well, I'll take that back, Kurt. It's 2nd and 6.
Close enough, Don.
I'll make a lot of mistakes. You got to watch me. You got to watch me all the time. Mohay's calling signals, drops back, and he heaves it out to Carruthers, and it's intercepted. Oh, it's in and out of the hands of Amato. Amato knows. He says, I had number 6 in my hands here on the 25-yard line and dropped it.
Number 10, great defensive play by Amato to break that up.
Here's a replay. Watch speed on speed. You got Carruthers with great speed, and he just runs. Actually, I will say this, Kurt. If Boheis would have had 5 more yards of air on the ball, it could have been a score, but he's throwing into about a 10, 15-mile-an-hour wind to do. 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6 from the 50. Jackson to the near side. Boheis calling signals, drops back, hands off the ball, and he's
great
nailed.
Play by number 61 for Jenison, Rich Zavitz.
Zavitz just drills him.
Tremendous play.
Zavitz has 31 stops coming in tonight. You can put down 32, 3, 4, and 5 on that one. Watch the replay, and Zavitz just come blowing right through and just nails him. Boom, right there.
Yeah, he brushed his block off and just came right through.
Well, Kurt, that brings up 4th and 10. What do you do now? Do you punt that ball away with 107?
Absolutely. Because if you go for it and you do not get your first down, you give Jenison the football at around midfield. And the way they move the football, a minute, 7 seconds is a lot of time. They could put another score on the board. So Mona certainly wants to punt the ball here and put us deep in our territory and get into the locker room. I would think that would be their strategy.
Probably. They're kicking the ball into about a 10-mile-an-hour wind. It's a beautiful night for football. It's about, well, today it got up to 70 degrees with very low humidity, not a cloud in the sky. Tonight, probably 60 degrees, a little bit of breeze. Beautiful night for high school football. A good night for the fans. Just a good night for everything.
Another home sellout crowd for the Wildcats on the home side here. Very nice crowd. Jenison fans really support their teams and their football team. It's I know when I was athletic director, I was just always amazed by all the support that we have from the community. Here we go, 4th down. Amato back to receive the punt.
Center snaps the ball back in the second here. He's got a long count looking for an offsides apparently, but it's a nice spiraling kick down to about the 25, and it's fumbled there, but Amato picks up the ball to the 30.
Yeah, he had to lean forward to catch that ball, lost his footing a little bit, and nowhere to go. But
Jenison has 1st and, here's a replay. Watch Amato pick the ball up, and he mishandles it a little bit, and he goes forward to the 30, so no harm done. 1st and 10. 1 minute to go in the second half. Jenison on top, 28-14. I would say, Kurt, they may try to strike for another one here. Put the ball up deep and throw it. He's got the wind in his back. Nope. Yeah, he gives the ball up to Harriman. He's going to grind it out a little bit.
5 yards, 2nd and 5. Yeah, I don't think they want to throw an interception down here, deep in their own territory.
But they're going right to the line of scrimmage.
Oh, yeah, they'll use the hurry-up offense.
Jay Hooper taking a little time, gives the ball again. He calls his own number. He's going to go. He's going to go up. And now they have a timeout to call. He does pick up the first down.
That'll stop the clock at the 45-yard line. Stopped by number 4, Luke Myers from Mona Shores. Nice tackle. But yeah, tell you what set up that play, Don. Fake to Harriman in the line.
Right.
The defense all converged towards Harriman, and that sprung it open for Hooper.
Exactly right.
Now he can throw the ball.
This time Hooper drops back, get the first down.
That's
and
to number 45. That would be Mike DeHaan. Another first down, stops the clock with 23 seconds.
They've got the good hurry-up offense. They took over with 1 minute to go, and they had 70 yards to go, and they've already picked up about half of it. Jay Hooper drops back, throws the ball down, and stops the clock.
Well, they want to get organized and get a play in there that they feel comfortable with.
It's almost like watching college pro football when you see a quarterback that heads up.
Several years ago they put that rule in for high school that you can the quarterback can down the ball, and
so we have second and 10 on about the 34-yard line.
30, yeah. And we got time for about 3 or 4 pass plays.
Hooper is
rolling
rolling to
out.
his right, throwing down.
Well, it's a lame duck. It's intercepted.
It's intercepted.
At number 24.
Kurt, you called
Brent
it, Kurt.
Jandron. Brent Jandron.
Kurt?
He was being rushed out of the pocket and hurried, and he was in a position where he did not have enough strength. He did not have enough strength.
There's a quarterback rolling to his left and throwing to his right, and it's difficult to put anything on the ball. And as Kurt had called earlier, the last thing they wanted to do was throw the interception, which is what happened in that particular series of downs.
Well, if you're going to throw an interception, throw it down by their goal line. Now they're 90 yards away, and so the defense has to stop them here on a couple of plays.
Well, I think what you do is you go on prevent defense. You put Dawkins should go back deep.
Yeah, I think they're probably not even going to run a play here.
Took
a knee, yeah.
So that brings the first half to a close. The Wildcats on top, 28-14. No, it doesn't. No, it is going to bring it to a close. They're winding it down.
Right.
And it's 1 second. And Kurt, we had a lot of scoring. Wildcats come out on top the first half, 28-14. They took the big lead. I don't know if we want to recap the.
Yeah, we'll recap the scoring here a minute. The Wildcats scored on the second play of the game with 37 seconds gone in the game. It was a option pitch to Amato from the 13-yard line, and the extra point was not good, so Jenison led 6-0. Then on the next series of plays, Mona Shores threw an interception. Amato intercepted the ball in the flat out here, took it back approximately 30 yards for our second touchdown, and the Amato also ran the extra point, making 14-0. And then Mona came right back on 3rd and long. Bern Jenison with a nice 50-yard pass play from Bullheist to Carruthers. It was actually an 80-yard pass play, excuse me. And that was at 8:51 in the first quarter. So now it's 14-7. Jenison comes right back with a pass from Hooper to Dawkins. About 20-yard pass, if I remember right. The extra point was kicked. It was 21-7. And then in the second quarter, first play in the second quarter, Mona Shores number 20, Scott, plunged in from the 1-yard line. The kick was good. It was 21-14. And then with 2:48 to go in the second quarter, Jenison moved the ball about 70 yards and had 3rd and goal from the 3rd, and inserted several of the defensive players for Jenison, faked the ball to Harima, and found Scott Pierce wide open in the end zone.
It was a good play, wasn't it?
That was an excellent play. I saw who he had in the lineup there, and I couldn't figure out what was going on. For a minute, I thought we were on defense. I saw number 9, Bullheist, and number 2, Scott Pierce, but a very nice play. They faked it to Harima, and again, Harima made that play go because they're keying so much on him. That opens up some of the other players.
Well, that brings a score to 28-14. That's the first half, and we will see you to start the third quarter in a few minutes. Thank you. Okay, welcome back to WCET, Channel 50, serving Jenison, Hudsonville, and Granville. This is Don Peterson along with my co-host, Kurt Pals, the former AD of Jenison, and we've really enjoyed having him up here tonight. He's done an outstanding job, and what now we'd like to do is have Kurt take us through the new playoff system in the football program and how that would operate.
Okay, Don, this year, as you know, I think everybody knows that they doubled the number of teams that make the playoff to 256 teams. That's why we started the season 1 week early, and the playoffs will begin 2 weeks from tonight. The way the system works is that any team that has 6 wins, for all practical purposes, is in the playoffs. And Jenison 6-1 is in the playoffs. There's no mystery there. The only thing about this system is that you will not know until a week from Sunday night exactly what division we're in. The mystery for Jenison is we will not know if we're in Division 1 or in Division 2. There'll be 32 teams in each division, and it's based on enrollment. Right now, of the teams that have 4 wins or more at this point in the season, not counting tonight's game, Jenison is number 40 on the list. In front of us, there are 17 schools that are 7-0 or 6-1. Those 17 schools are automatically in the playoff, and they'll be in Division 1. There are 10 schools bigger than Jenison that are 5-1 going into tonight. I've got to believe that those 10 schools will all win at least one of their last 2 ball games. That makes 27 schools that are bigger than us that are in the playoffs. And 32 from the division will be in Division 1. So 5 teams that are now 4-3 would have to make the playoff either by winning 6 games or by being assigned a position by point average, because there probably will not be 256 teams in the state with 6 wins. The remaining slots then are filled by the highest point averages, and they divvy those up according to size, equal numbers from Class A, B, C, and D. So I think there's a very, very good chance that Jenison could be in Division 2 in the playoffs. We won't know for sure, but the odds are very good. We're right on the bubble. We could go one way or the other.
Which means if they go to Division 2, Kurt, what are the ramifications of that?
Well, nothing except other than that some of the schools that we could match up against possibly
Would
in
be
Division.
smaller schools?
Well, yeah, they're the second tier, so it's a little smaller schools. It could be somebody like Hudsonville, Forest Hill Central, somebody like that. Whereas if we're in Division 1, it'd be more like West Ottawa, Grand Haven, schools of that size. So we're on the bubble, and we'll just have to wait tomorrow and look at who won, and we're getting ready to start second half here, Don.
So you heard it from the expert. Kurt Pals takes us through the playoff system. It's a little complicated, but we appreciate the clarification. And for you football fans out there, we do know that for sure 2 schools in the OK Red are in. That's Jenison and West Ottawa with 6 wins already, with 2 games to go in the season. So the Wildcats.
What is Grand Haven's record?
Grand Haven right now is 4-1 in the red and 5-2 overall. So they have 2 more games to play, and if they just win 1 more game, they're automatically in the playoffs.
Okay.
And then Rockford at 4-3 would have to win both of their remaining games, their game tonight and their last game, to qualify.
Okay, Brad Winan kicks off, and Carruthers kicks the ball at the 10-yard line, Don.
And he's right up the middle, and he's hit in there by about 4 or 5 Wildcats. Number 51, one of those players.
He doesn't want to go down easy. Number 7, Corey Johnson, made first contact with him, but then he had a lot of assistance from about 3 or 4 other Wildcats as well. So the Sailors will take over on their own 31-yard line.
So it brings up 1st and 10, just starting out the 3rd quarter. Jenison on top, 28-14. Boheis at quarterback. No split outs. He's got this full house backfield. Calling out signals. Long count. He gives the ball off to the fullback on the inside. Goes for about 2 yards up the middle. Taken down by about 4 Wildcats. Last one up 37 off the bottom.
That was number 22 carrying the ball. That's Steve Walburn from Mona Shore. Steve Walburn.
6'1", 205 senior running back from the Sailors. Brings up 2nd and about 8. Kyle Scheffler is 6', 205 senior at center, number 70. Graham Boheis calling signals. There's a penalty flag.
I didn't see anything down there. Did you?
Could have been. Someone might have been lined up offside.
Motion. It was motion. Illegal motion for Mona Shores.
Okay, so that negates a nice 2nd and long to make it like 2nd and about 13, Kurt. So they self-destruct a little bit.
Well, Mona's had a lot of success throwing the ball tonight. We'll see if they try that again here. Second and long.
As we said earlier, their best play of the game has been 3rd and long, and now they're probably in an obvious passing situation. 2 wideouts to the near side, Carruthers and the tight end Thompson. Matt Jackson, I should say.
Broken up there by number 58 and number 12 for Jenison. Number 58 is Eric DeBode, and number 12 is Clay Bundy. So
we have 3rd and about 12. Ball on the 29-yard line. Dawkins back deep on defense along with Amato. Boheis throws the ball out here, and there's no one in the area other than the tight end, Jackson, and he's defended well by DeBow, 58. So obviously they're going to have to punt the ball away with the wind into the wind.
The Wildcats put nice pressure on the Boheis from Mona Shores. And he had to hurry that pass. He had to get rid of the ball. Number 9, Rick Boheis, and number 2, Scott Pierce, were breathing down his neck. And we got Amato deep and Bundy halfway in between to receive the punt from Mona Shores.
Which is going to be into a pretty good wind, but it's an end-over-end kick. It bounces on about the 35, and Amato picks the ball up, and he takes it upfield for about 6-8 yards. Brought down
number 66, I believe it was, and that's Brent Mullen. Brent Mullen from Mona Shores on the tackle.
So the Wildcats take over.
Nice defensive stand to start the second half here.
Defense stands up and stops it after only I don't believe there was a first down made, was there, Kurt?
No, it was 3 and out.
3 and out. So Wildcats take over on the 43-yard line on top, 14 by 14 points. Hooper calling plays. You got Mitch Harriman in the backfield. He pitches it back to Dykstra, drops the ball, picks it back up and goes down. It's dropped again, and there's a mad scramble for the ball, and it could be a Mona Shores ball, which it is. Mona Shores
recovers the fumble. I'll get the number there for you a minute. Number 24, he's had a great game tonight, Brent Jandron. He's been all over the field.
Here's a replay. You'll watch Dykstra drop the ball there. He has a handle, loses it again.
Number four reached his hand out as he was running by. Number 4, Luke Myers, actually broke that ball loose. And then number 24, Brent Jandron, recovered the fumble for Mona Shores. So we're right back on defense again, Don. See if the defense can rise to the occasion.
There goes Carruthers again. He's nailed by about 3 Wildcats for very little gain back to the original line of scrimmage.
Number 37, John Dykema, coming from the backside, made a great tackle there from behind, and no gain on first down, Don.
Brings up 2nd and long, 2nd and 10. No gain. The Wildcats defense back out in the field, and they don't want to be out there too many more series. They were 3 and out last time and stopped the Sailors, and they're back out in the field again. Brings up 2nd and 10. Boheis calling out signals, gets the snap, drops back, and he has got a man down here, and it's picks up by Carruthers. Has got the ball. Dawkins brings him out on the 5-yard line, but he beats the defender.
Don, did you see what happened there? Austin Amato went for the interception and just missed the ball and left Carruthers wide open. So that's kind of a gamble you take on defense sometimes.
Okay, here comes the replay. Go ahead, Kurt.
Good pressure on the quarterback. Amato goes for the tip, the interception, misses it, and Carruthers has free sailing to the 5-yard line.
And the nice thing about that was, of course, is that Dawkins did have a good angle on Carruthers, was able to stop him before he scored, and the ball is on about the 8-yard line.
8-yard line, yeah.
1st and goal.
Defense is going to be tested here.
Boheis gives the ball into 20, Scott. The power back, 5'10", 185 senior off the right side of the line for very little gain. Brought down by Boheis, I believe. Picked up about a yard, Kurt.
That's 2nd and goal from about the 7.
Well,
big defensive stand here for the Wildcats, because if Mona Shore scores here, then we're really in a tight ball game.
3 wideouts to left. Jackson to the right. Pitch off to nice. Boheis makes a nice open field tackle
on number 24.
Jandron.
Yeah, I thought he was going to score, but Boheis really closed quickly and made a beautiful tackle there.
That shows you why Boheis has 62 stops on the year. Here's a replay. Watch the replay. Watch Boheis knife in right there, and boom, down he goes.
Yeah, looked like he had yardage, didn't it?
Yeah, he probably might not have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he did. It's about 3rd and goal from the 6. So, big play, very big play.
You're supposed to agree with me, Kurt, when I say that.
Oh.
All right, so we've got 3rd and goal from the 6. Carruthers throws the ball, and there's no one there, and no one home. Nice defense by Amato and DeBow.
Through a timing pattern, and the tight end must have got held up there at the line of scrimmage.
Big target.
Because he was not where he was supposed to be, where the pass was thrown. Yeah, number 88, Matt Jackson, 6'3", 200-pound senior.
So we have 4th and goal. I don't know if they want to go for the field goal, or you go ahead and just go for the end zone, I guess, don't you?
Oh, they want to score a touchdown.
Also, Bo Ice lines up behind Scheffler again, number 70, their center. He sends his back in motion to the far side of the field. He drops back and he lobs one in the end zone.
Same play.
Same results, and a nice defensive play by Amato.
Yeah, I tell you what, Don, that was a good play. They ran that play twice in a row. What they were doing is isolating the big tight end, 88, Matt Jackson, on Amato, and he just was going to outleap him for the ball.
Right. Also,
and it would have worked too, but he just overthrew him a little bit. It was a good play by Mona. They were going for it, and it just didn't quite happen for him.
Okay, so Wildcats take over down on downs end on about the 7-yard line with about 93 yards of grass in front of them. Fails to the near side. Hooper calling out his play, signals. He just hands the ball back. He calls his own number, goes to the left side, runs in behind his left guard. Waitman, 65, Adam Waitman at 5'9", 185, and Skinner, 72, at 6'1", 195, at tackle on the left side of the line.
And number 26, Dan Bullerman, was there also for Mona. So we've got 2nd and 7, Don.
Dawkins goes in along with Fales, and out comes number 45 for the Wildcats. That would be Michael DeHaan. Hooper flips it back to Dawkins. Dawkins has got his first down, and he's driven down by number 22 on the stop, Walburn.
Steve Walburn.
But there's moves the chains down, and Curtis gives him good field position. We have
we have Mona Shores
player down on about the 15-yard line. There's a replay. Let's watch the replay. Watch the pitch out to Dawkins.
Nice pitch. Nice blocking. Speed. Nice block on the outside there by Harima. Harima is just doing a great job of blocking tonight. He made that play go as well.
So we have the Mona Shores player down. Hopefully it's nothing too serious. There's been a lot of injuries, Kurt, this year in the NFL. I don't know, there's been an awful lot of players with either Achilles or there have been concussions. There's been the knee injuries. I've seen more injuries at the NFL level and college level than I've seen in a long time. And I don't like to see this happen in a high school game. Anyone go down?
I don't know. You hate to speculate on what's happening, but he's not moving at all, so I don't know if he got his bell rung or what. We just hope that the young man is okay.
Well, the Wildcats took over on downs on about the 6-yard line, and then they had a couple of plays that finally got the ball out to about the 23-yard line, so they've taken the ball out of a bad field position and gotten themselves in significantly better field position. Last play went for a first down, and the young man from Mona Shores took a shot probably in the head somewhere, or like Kurt said, maybe just got he's moving his arms around now a little bit, so he's probably coming to now. He's getting up a little slow, a little wobbly. He'll have a headache tomorrow. At number 4 is Luke Meyer. He plays good defense. He's played.
He's walking off on his own power, so that's a good sign.
5'11" senior, 160. So he's trying to shake the cobwebs out now a little bit. This is football. No.
Yeah, and it's a part of the game. You don't like to see any injuries, and hopefully the young man will be fine.
So Jenison has a 1st and 10 from about the 22-yard line. Hooper brings his troops back out to the line of scrimmage. Fails to the near side. Bundy to the far side. Arima is lone back in the backfield. It's a pitch out to Amato. Amato's got a lot of green grass in front of him. He puts a little move on Carruthers, and then turns to the outside picks up another first down. About a 20-yard gainer.
Yeah, Carruthers closed very nicely on him there. I thought for a minute Austin might go for a touchdown, but Eric Carruthers
got speed on speed right here. You'll see Carruthers, or not Carruthers just sort of nailing him down right there. So Carruthers does show you some good speed. A sophomore, be around for 2 more years for Mona Shores.
Yeah.
Another first down, 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line.
Harem up the middle.
There goes Harem for about 15 yards up the middle. You're starting to see a little bit of power now. You've got the speed going to the outside and the power up the middle. The defense of Mona Shore starting to show a little wear and tear, Kurt. Here's a replay. Watch Harem.
Good blocking up the middle. Opened it right up for Harema, and he made the most of it.
Broke a tackle or two on the way. Trying to get back into the form he had going before he went out with the ankle injuries. Missed a couple of games, and now he's trying to get back to form. Jenison goes to Granville next week to close out the OK Red season. Again to Harema. Nope, it was a fake to Harema, and Hooper calls his own number, breaks out the left side, turns a corner, and goes out on about the 25-yard line.
Forced out of bounds by number 6, Scott Swinburne.
Well, Brent Jander on that time, the player who has been having a great, outstanding game tonight, I think took a little late hit on the...
the flag out of bounds there. Hit out of bounds, I think.
Right.
Personal foul, probably.
Tag on that 10 or 15-yarder.
That should be a 15-yard penalty. In this case, it might be half the distance to the goal. There was a very nice gain on that play.
The ball went out on about the 25-yard line. And
Hooper did a very nice job of faking that handoff to Harema. He sure fooled me anyway. I thought Harema had the ball up the middle. And
Here's the play. It's a personal foul on the 25-yard line. Here's the play again. Watch Hooper go out of bounds on the 25-yard line. He's out of bounds. Now he's hit about 5 yards out of bounds.
Yeah.
Way beyond the cameras.
Yeah. Okay, here we go, Don.
1st and 10 from the 14-yard line. Hooper takes the ball himself and just runs out of bounds, showing the speed and versatility. He lost his footing for a second or two.
Yeah, he made something out of nothing there.
Right.
Something out of nothing. I think it's about a 5-yard gain, in fact.
That's a good way to say it, something out of nothing. Just showing the athlete that he is. He lost his footing for a moment, gathered himself, was able to pick up the speed again and just go out of bounds, stop the clock, and you got second and about 6, and they can still get a first down without scoring.
That's correct.
Amato breaks to his right.
Harem up the middle. Gained about 2 yards probably. In the middle of the line there.
Just wearing out the defense. That's Brad Perrin at 5'10", 225 junior. He's a defensive tackle along with Nick Larson, 52 at 5'11", 260. So they're pretty good sized kids. They're 215 tackle to tackle at Mona Shore. So they've got some pretty good sized boys down there.
Yes, they do. That's 3rd and about long 4, and big play for the Wildcats here. We're in 4-down territory, but I'm sure they'd like to get it on 3rd down if they can.
Dawkins breaks to the left, and there's a reception to Harema, wide open in the end zone.
Beautiful deception on the part of the Wildcats.
Beautiful offensive play, well-designed play, and he puts Harema. If we see a replay, you'll see.
Yeah, he faked the inside handoff to Austin Amato, who could have probably gone the other way. Watch the inside fake to Amato there, and then Harema comes across, breaks through, and comes across the end zone. Beautiful, beautiful play.
We've got to get Kurt back to his notes now. He's got to keep the stats going.
Yeah, I'm doing a terrible job.
Oh, you're doing a good job. Good
job. This is the 3rd quarter now, and this is at 6:05 in the 3rd quarter. Wildcats score.
Wijnsma kicks the ball through the uprights again. Oh, Mr. Automatic. C.J. Hooper holding. I think Amato is their, if I'm not mistaken, is their long snapper. I think he is. 35-14. With 6:05 to go in the 3rd quarter. Jenison leading this contest tonight. Well, that time the Wildcats, Kurt, drove the ball 93 yards, I believe, or about 93 yards with the help of a penalty on about the 25-yard line after C.J. Hooper had gone out of bounds. It drew about another 15 yards down the field. So the Wildcats show a little more offense that time, sustaining a drive for 93 yards.
And the last 3 times they had the ball, last 2 times of the second quarter and the first time here in the third quarter, or this is actually the second time they had it in the third quarter. We had the turnover the first time, but they moved the ball all 3 times.
Had the one little fumble down here in the 50, and did not result in a touchdown by Mona Shores, but
Right.
very well could have.
Right, yeah, nice defensive stand by the defense there by Jenison, and you know, we moved the ball about 90 yards on that play. Yeah, back for Mona Shores, number 5 Eric Carruthers and number 24 Brent Jandorn. And Jandorn has receives the kickoff.
And 42 for the Wildcats that time. David Falk on the stop. Nice stop by David Falk. 42, 5'9", 170.
Yeah, Jandorn and Carruthers both have had outstanding evenings for Mona Shores. Jandorn is a junior as well, so they've got a lot of young players playing. Mona Shores does, and they'll be a force to be reckoned with in the future, I'm sure.
Well, Boatheist still at quarterback. Sophomore, 5'8", 145. Hunter center calling out his signals. Long count. Looks like the right side moved a little bit early, but possibly not. There goes their right. Goes Scott to the right side for very little gain. Brought
Tackle
down by
made,
Lanstra.
Yeah, Jeremy Lanstra and also number 58 Eric DeBote in on the tackle for Jenison.
51 for the Wildcats checks into the game. That's Matt
Strelecki.
Second and about 7 from the 32-yard line. Boheist back to throw the ball. He's just a timing pattern. Down, it's out of bounds, defended by Amato. The intended receiver for that was Jandra. It was a new running back that checked in, Joe Garden, for the Mona Shores Sailors, a junior at 6 foot 180, number 41. Brings up third and about 7. And we've said all night, Kurt, that the third and long has been the magic down for the Sailors. So we'll see what happens on this one.
Yeah, Wildcats have been doing a little bit of job lately on the last few series of downs.
He calls his own number, and he's got the first down. It was a good play. I mean, he didn't see anybody open. I think it might have been a quarterback draw, but brought down by 37 for the Wildcats. John Dykema, but not until after he moved the chains down the field. Heard that time.
I'm impressed by their sophomore quarterback, Boheist.
Got good speed.
Yeah, Grant Boheist.
I think
nice move. He adjusted. He just nice gain. He made that play.
Yeah, it was a quarterback draw play, or else there was no one open. But it was wide open sailing. First and 10, 42-yard line. Sailors ball. Again, Boheist with the ball, and he's hit pretty deep, pretty hard.
Boheist tackled by Boheist.
Right.
Grant Boheist from Mona Shores tackled by Rick Boheist from Jenison.
maybe they're cousins, Kurt. Grant Boheist, number 2, is over getting a play right now from his coach.
Well, I know there's been a lot of Boheists at Mona Shores. For about as long as I can remember, there's been a Boheist over there. So there must be, if they're all from the same family, they must have a lot of boys.
A lot of football players.
I guess.
Second down and about 11. Lost a yard on the last play. Boheist called him out plays. Fakes inside. He's being pressured. He releases the ball downfield, and it's picked up by Carruthers. And Carruthers has got the first down and taken down by about 3 Wildcats on the 43-yard line.
Yeah, Hooper's in there on defense right now, in on the tackle with Boheist. There may have been others on it as well.
Here's a replay. Watch the player wide open. Boom. He's right there. The defender fell down, actually, is what happened.
Yeah, the Mona Shores did a great job. I'm impressed with the quarterback. He had great pressure on him, and Jenison had great pressure on him, and he still got it off and found his receiver.
He goes.
Oh, nice defensive play. Scott was the ball carrier from Mona Shores. And who was that?
Who was that masked man, Kurt?
I don't know. I didn't catch his number, but somebody came through and made a great defensive play there.
I'll bet you John Scott knows who hit him, number 20. He got hit pretty good. Okay, so he's back to the line of scrimmage. He's got second and about 11. Second and 11. Gendron split out to your right. Bo Heist drops back to throw the ball. And he has the pass just barely over the intended receiver. No penalty flags down. The big tight end, 88, Matt Jackson, the intended receiver at 6'3", 200 pounds.
So we've got third and long again, Don.
There we get that third and long. So what do we see? Jenison almost needs to see the third and long come up. Bo Heist, a linebacker, looking for a defensive signal from the sidelines, goes into the huddle, calls the play. It says, let's stop him now. It's third and long. It's third down, guys. Matt Jackson, 88, split out wide right. And the ball is faked to Jackson, but thrown back over to Gendron, and it's overthrown.
Overthrown badly. Maybe have been intentionally overthrown because Jenison had 3 defenders down there. They had it well defended, and he really didn't want to take the loss. So
brings up, they're going to punt the ball into the wind from about the 45-yard line, and it's fourth and about 11. Amato back on about the 18-yard line to receive. Just Pooch punts the ball down there. They just leave it alone.
Yeah, it's effective, very effective.
Gendron, nice heads-up play by Mona Shores. They put the ball down on about the 18-yard line.
Okay, we'll see what the Wildcats can do here. 2:58 to go in the third quarter.
That was a fairly decent drive by Mona Shores, Kurt. I mean, being down 35-14, they moved the ball down pretty nicely. Probably picked up 3 or 4 first downs and finally sort of self-destructed on about the 35-yard line.
Yeah, they had a couple first downs there. They showed some life. See if their defense can stop the Wildcats.
First and 10 from the 20-yard line. Hooper back. Carroll's his own number again, breaks out wide, puts a nice fake on Carruthers and fakes again and goes out on the 32-yard line, picks up a first down, driven out of bounds by Swinberg.
Faking that handoff into the line, the first option, and then keeping it outside just seems to open it up for him.
He keeps the defenders honest by showing Harriman going up the middle. They've got to respect the run up the middle and then go ahead. By the time that they've seen that he doesn't have the ball, there's wide open for Hooper's got great speed going wide, as does Amato. I guess that's the understatement of the night.
Yes, it is.
Well, he's got 2 wideouts to the far side, 1 to the near side. Harriman back behind, and along with Dykema. C.J. Hooper looking for a receiver.
He's wide open.
He's got
Rican's wide open.
Oh,
he dropped the ball.
On the 20-yard line.
Oh, he's.
I'll let you call that play, Kurt.
Oh my, he can't believe he dropped the ball.
There's a replay. Watch the replay. Everything is beautifully timed here. C.J. Hooper drops back, puts a lot of air on the ball. The intended receiver is wide open on the 20, and
he probably just took his eye off the ball. Nobody feels worse than Varican.
Well, I'll tell you one thing.
Spencer's a great kid. He'll catch the next one. Here we go.
Now, a lot of the Wildcats are down tapping him on the shoulder, saying that's okay. We're up 35-14. Pitch out to Amato. Amato dodges one player, but not the second player, and goes down on the 30.
Well defended by Mona Shores. That's one time they stopped the option for a loss tonight. Number 80 worked his way in there for Mona Shores. Dave Demos is having a good game tonight. So we've got third and long for Jenison. 3rd and 13.
Well, let's see if that's their magical play. 2:21 to go in the third quarter. Jenison on top, 35-14. Kevin Fales brings a play in from the sideline, gives it off to C.J. Hooper. He goes over to his players, and he's going to call a signal. And it's a fast, probably a running play. I don't know what was a call awful fast, wherever it was. Well, it's going to be a pass play, and it's out to Amato. Amato drops the ball this time, a little bit over his head.
Yeah, he threw it a little quicker than he wanted to, I guess. Amato wasn't quite ready for it. He had to reach back. He was turning. Timing was off. Timing was off.
Right.
So we're going to see the Wildcats punt. Is this the first time we've punted tonight, Don?
I think perhaps it is. I've lost track, but it's now 4th and about 12. The ball placed down on the 30-yard line, and I believe we have Nice little spiral end
nice
over
punt
end.
from Brad Winans. It's muffed by Mona Shores.
Walburn goes back to pick up the ball,
Yeah,
dodges the
boy.
first player, Amato, and then goes down on the 20-yard line.
Yeah, he was awful casual about that because he touched that ball before it hit the ground. It was a live ball,
Absolutely right.
and I wasn't sure what he was trying to do there, but he held on to the ball, and Mona Shores' ball at the 20-yard line.
So Jenison had an opportunity to put 6 more on the board, which would have brought the score up to significantly higher than what it is right now, and 35-14. They showed me they had Sneathan wide open 5 yards. He's got the good speed, real good speed. Boheis hands off to Carruthers off the left side, and he goes for about 3 yards. And then there's a little bit of shoving and pushing in there. Mona Shores still a little feisty. They're not through.
Tackle made by number 61, 61 from Jenison rather, Rich Zavitz. We got about 2nd and 5. They had a good 5-yard gain on that, Don.
Right. Boheis a quarterback. Full house backfield. And in there to Scott off the left side, and he's swung down by the defensive end.
Clay Bundy, number 12. Clay Bundy came up from his defensive secondary position and made a nice play. So we've got 3rd and 3.
Bring out 41, who they brought in earlier. That was Joe Gordon, who they brought in temporarily, Kurt, as a running back. Third and 3. Usually it's 3rd and long, Kurt. This time it's 3rd and short.
3rd and short. Let's see what they do. They got a full backfield there.
And he's being pressured. He's brought down by. He's been brought down that time by
number
Scott
2.
Pierce.
Scott Pierce
with a big defensive play. Punting team goes in, and the receiving team goes in for the Wildcats. Amato's going to go back to the 45-yard line, and I would say that the Wildcats. Here's a replay. Just watch the pressure back there, no blocking, and in comes Pierce and makes it stop. This should give Jenison pretty decent field position with the punter kicking into a pretty good breeze, kicking to the south.
Number 26, Dan Bullerman, punting for Mona Shores.
We've got a timeout, Jenison. You know what? It's interesting here is the wind. The reason is that the wind. Oh, I see what they were doing, Kurt. The wind is blowing in the punter's face, and they were waiting for the quarter to end. So Jenison calls timeout to stop the clock. So now they're going to have to punt into the wind.
Right.
So with 2 seconds to go, they give up a good play by heads-up play by Coach Anise, Tony Anise, with the heads-up play there.
Yeah, they would just soon have him punted into the wind.
You're talking probably a 25-yard difference because you're like the breeze is.
Who knows? Who
15. Kurt,
Yeah.
we got to get technical here.
Yeah. Yeah, he might just tie into one and have a great kick into the wind as well. You know, but it's a good call. It's a good move. So 2 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, Don. It's going to be a long ball game again tonight. It's almost 9:30. Jenison ball games at home here seem to take quite a while.
There's 3 key games going on. The big key game for the OK Red right now is West Ottawa 4-1 at Rockford 3-2. That's a pivotal game. And then
yeah, that's. I imagine Rockford's going to come out real hungry. They want to make the playoffs, and they got to win the last 2 games. And so I would not be surprised if Rockford would win that game. Here we go with the punt. Dan Bullerman ready to punt for Mona Shores.
It's a low punt into the wind, and it's going to drop on about the 35-yard line. Barely gets past the line of scrimmage.
Yeah,
So as it turns out, it was a pretty good call by Tony Anise to stop that clock and have him punt into the wind. So that brings us to the 4th quarter. I believe we just had the 1 score, Kurt, in the third quarter.
Only one to report, Don. 6:05 in the 3rd quarter. Jenison finished off a drive with a 6-yard, I believe it was 6-yard pass play from
To Harriman.
To Harriman, yeah, from C.J. Hooper to Harriman. Very well run play. Great execution by everybody. Fake the inside handoff, reverse handoff to Amato. And Harima broke up in the line and then cut over and he drug across the end zone and was wide open.
For WCET tonight, we have Todd Blylis directing tonight's game. We have on the camera Scott Dodds. We have graphics is John DeVries. Another camera is J.B. West. Another camera Jeremy Lamberts. And replay is Garrett Klein. So we appreciate all the assistance that we get from the. And there was a Gordon also on a camera tonight as well. So we appreciate all the assistance that we get. We need all the help we can get up here.
Okay, here we go. Start of the fourth quarter, Don. Harima set in the backfield.
A little mix-up in the backfield, but C.J. Hooper plays forward for about a yard, maybe at most, but the ball looked like he was trying to hand it off to Harima.
Yeah, it looks like there was a little contact there, and it wasn't clean, so he just hung on to the ball. That's about the first mix-up they've had tonight in the backfield. Everything has been pretty smooth.
Well, this late in the season, this is the 8th game of the season. They've started to iron things out. They've got all the full complement of their offensive players back in. And 50, Nathan Griffin over the ball, offensive center. C.J. Hooper drops back to throw the ball. He's being pressured by the left tackle. And Amato drops the ball on about the 30-yard line, but
I think he was looking to run before he caught it.
Right.
He was looking right at the ball,
well, I'll have to say that Amato has caught a lot more than he's dropped.
Oh yes, oh yes.
Greg Musey, number 80, checks in the game, a senior at 5'10", 155 with the play. 3rd and 10. And that was a nice play. Model
did you see the handoff, Don? I did not.
I missed the handoff.
I thought Harima had the ball.
I did too. He picked up about 5 yards, so it brings out 4th and 5. Here's a replay. Watch the replay. We'll see the inside fake here to Harima there, and then back over to.
I was just watching Harima because I thought he had the ball.
They're trying to get.
Mona's coming on defense. Let's see what we run. We're calling timeout.
What they were trying to do there, Kurt, was to pull the Sailors off sides with a long snap count. They're in 4-down territory for sure. It was 4th and about 5. I'm not sure if they would have made a first down, actually. It would be pretty close. A lot closer.
Closer, yeah, right. Yeah. I'm sure they were trying to pull them off sides, and that didn't work. Mona Shores was not biting. And Mona Shores is still bringing a lot of men to the line of scrimmage in the box, you know. Still defending the run up the middle.
Speaking of their defense, linebackers for the Sailors, we have Joe Gordon. Dan Bullerman at 6 foot 205 is an outstanding linebacker. Then Dave Demos at 6'1", 190 senior linebacker. At safeties was Meyer, the young man that was hit earlier, number 4, and got up a little slow. Eric Carruthers, number 5, with real good speed, a sophomore, playing both offensively and defensively, along with number 9 is Mike Kozak at the corner position for the Sailors from Mona Shores. So we have 4th and 5 with about 10 minutes and 48 seconds to go. Jenison on top, 35-14.
Yeah. It's too far for a field goal and too close to punt. You know, if you punt, you only gain 10 yards probably.
Hooper flips it back to Amato. Amato throws it down to beautiful play into Dawkins to score. 35 yards out, and they've done it all tonight. The Wildcats are showing you every trick in the book and then some.
Yeah, I tell you, Jenison really hard to defend on that because there's actually 3 quarterbacks in the game. 3 kids that have played quarterback that can throw the ball. Number 12, Clay Bundy. You saw him throw the halfback option pass in the first half. And now we come back with Austin Amato, who is the backup quarterback, scoring in the throwing the touchdown pass on the halfback option pass here in the fourth quarter.
Well, and puts another one through, held by C.J. Hooper. Amato, the long snapper, So the score now goes to 42-14. That's pretty much the nail in the old proverbial. From the 35-yard line.
You meant coffin? Is that what you meant to say,
Well, I was going
Don?
to say the coffin, but I was going to pull back a little bit there, Kurt. That sort of a play is a demoralizer when you have a team that was 4th and 5 on the 35, and as you said, they were kind of caught between punting the ball and kicking a field goal, which was a little bit too far. They pull out a touchdown play with a little trickery, and Dawkins goes for the score. Number 27.
A lot of points on the board tonight, Don.
Actually, Jenison came in tonight's game actually outscoring their opponents. They've been averaging 25 points per game, only giving up 13 points per game. Mona Shores came in tonight's game averaging about 11 points in offense, giving up about 22 points per game. They started out with 2 losses. Mona Shores lost to Muskegon's Reach Buffer, and then they lost to Muskegon Catholic Central. Then came back and defeated Holland, East Kentwood, and Granville. And then jumped back into Rockford and got beat, and they went to West Ottawa and they were beat over there. So they've had an up and down season, 2 losses, 3 wins, then 2 losses again.
Okay, Carruthers and number 24, Jandron deep. They let the ball bounce, picked up by Jandron, number 24, tough runner.
He's finally brought down by...
tackled by number, let me get this here, 35. We haven't called his name yet tonight. Number 35, Charlie Heisinger.
Good
Nice
tackle, Charlie. Nice tackle, Charlie. So the Wildcat defense goes back out in the field. Number 40 on defense for the Wildcats would be Mark Dreyer. Number 42 is checking in the game, David Falk. Boheis takes the ball himself. He's at the close to the first down markers, very close, about a 9-yard pickup.
Number 2, Scott Pierce, and number 40, Mark Dreyer in on the tackle.
Nice to see a lot of the players that don't normally get a chance to play have 10 minutes and 19 seconds to get some playing time in.
Yeah, he's got a few subs in. I'm sure he'll be subbing some more as we go down the line here.
Boheis just goes down and loses about a yard.
Yeah. He slipped and, as he pivoted, he slipped and fell on the grass. Scott Pierce is there again.
Number 56 checks into the Wildcats. That's Darren Aldred.
And 70, Scott Van Benegum. Scott Van Benegum is in the ball game as well.
So we have 2nd and 1 yard with 9:44 to go in the 4th quarter. Jenison on top, 42-14. Referee's going to call a little timeout to measure and see if there was not a first down in that last play. I don't think there was, Kurt. Perhaps there is, but I don't think he had a first down.
Well, you're wrong, Don. I see you're pointing that direction. First down, Sailors.
Adam Weinsma goes into the game, 83 for the Wildcats, as junior at 6 foot 200 pounds. Number 17 checks into the ball game for the Wildcats, Charlie Hall.
Number 83, Adam Weinsma as well. Number 11, Andy Kovac.
Along with Clay Bundy. Now, Clay Bundy is, well, there's a flag down now. Sometimes, Kurt, when you get into this part of the game, the players get a little bit tired, and then the flags start to fly, and you have new players out there. Their heart's beating a little bit fast. The nerves are jumping a little bit, and out goes the old laundry.
Oh, yes. It's good to see some clean uniforms in there, though.
You got that right. I think that play with the penalty was against Mona Shores, and Jenison's waving it off, so they just decline it.
So we have 2nd and 10.
Boy, still a quarterback. Drops back to throw the ball. Got good blocking. Throws it out to his receiver, and he's brought down by a great tackle. Brothers was talking down by 42, I believe it was.
Yeah, that would be David Falk.
Nice stop by David Falk, 24 going in the ball game for the Wildcats. Eric Miller, he's only a junior also at 5'8", 160. He'll be back again next year.
Going in for Clay Bundy, who's had a nice game tonight.
Well, we have a obvious probably passing situation right now. Bo Heiss has two receivers out to the left, one to the right. Carruthers is in motion to his right. One running back. Good time to throw. And he's got him wide open, but underthrows him.
I wonder if 42, if David Falk got a hand on that ball. I think he may have just ticked it and was intended for number 24.
Jandron.
Jandron.
Yeah,
and I think he deflected it just enough to make that an incomplete pass. It had touchdown written all over it.
Oh, yeah. Here's a replay, Kurt. Walk us through it.
Okay. Nice drop, nice pump. Lets it fly. Yeah, you couldn't tell from the replay, but I do think he just got his fingertips on that ball a little bit.
Fourth down and long. They're going for the first down from their own 47-yard line. So Bo Heiss flips it back to Carruthers, and Carruthers is probably going to pick his first down up and some more. He's got his first down and about 10 besides that.
From behind by number 17 for Jenison with his Charlie Hall.
Nice stop by Charlie Hall, but it was about a 20-yard pickup by Carruthers. Obviously, the Sailors are not substituting at all. They're going to try to knock as many points up on the board as they can. I don't blame them.
Yeah.
Here's a replay. You'll watch Carruthers just pick up.
He reverses his field. Defense can't change with him. And there 17 makes the nice tackle from behind.
Good camera play. Fake to Scott, and it's down in the end zone, but overthrown. Jandron defended by number 11. That would be Andy Kovac.
Nice job staying right with him. It was a well-thrown ball.
That's a good arm the sophomore quarterback has got. Brings up second down and 10. We just heard a Rockford score, I believe.
That was in the fourth quarter. Rockford 21, West Ottawa 12.
Kurt doesn't miss anything. He picks it. That's good, Kurt. Another up that time. There was no one home at the end, and the good pressure on the quarterback, and Bo Heiss is dumped on about the 35-yard line.
Yeah, and I didn't get the Jenison number there.
That was a license plate number, Kurt. That wasn't a jersey number. That was a license plate number.
Yeah, somebody made a nice play for Jenison there. That's the first time all night that I think Bo Heiss has been sacked.
Yeah, you might be right on that one. Right up the middle. Scott for about 15 yards in the first down.
Tackled by a host of Wildcats. Number 40 is there, number 35. Number 40 is Mark Dreyer, number 35, Charlie Heisinga.
Number 83 for the Wildcats, Adam Weinsma checks in the ball game. So first and 10 on the 15-yard line with 8:04 to go in the fourth quarter. Oh, Scott to the left side, breaking tackles.
That's Carruthers. Carruthers has the ball. Ooh, tell you. Somebody had him by the ankles and he didn't go down, and then somebody tackled him high. I hate to see that because it's always a potential injury there.
Well,
nice sportsmanship by Eric Carruthers.
Charlie Hall in the stop again, Kurt.
Yep. Very nice sportsmanship there. Eric Carruthers helping Charlie Hall up.
So the Sailors are threatening on about the 10-yard line, second down and about 5. They can't get a first down without scoring, obviously. There goes Scott, cuts back inside. He gets down to about the 5-yard line. I think he picks up his first down.
I believe so. Number 35 for Jenison, I believe, was there. Charlie Heisen again, along with others.
Charlie Hall.
And Charlie Hall. Number 40, Mark Dreyer is back in the ball game for number 83, Adam Weinsma.
First and goal from about the 4-yard line. Bo Heiss at quarterback. Scott, number 5 in the backfield.
Number 20, Scott's in for the touchdown.
John Scott, 20, senior, 5'10", 185-pound running back, punches one in for the Sailors off the right side of the line. 7 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
A lot of time left yet. A lot of points on the board tonight.
Nice.
And the Sailors are going to go for 2 points. That's probably they just want to practice this part of their game.
Bo Heiss and his receiver is Jackson. 42, 42-22. Jenison on top. Be about 20 points. So probably gonna have to come back here and take the ball on the kickoff and consume some time, Kurt, to run some time off that clock.
That would be the objective now.
What's the replay? Bo Heiss off to the right is tight end wide open in the end zone for the easy 2-point conversion. The replay's coming from Garrett Klein down in the truck, doing a great job on the replays, and we appreciate all the help from Todd Blylas and Scott Dodds, DeVries, West, Lamberts, Klein, and others. Next week, to wind up the OK Red, Jenison goes to Granville, which will be covered by WCET over at Granville. West Ottawa plays East Kentwood at home. Grand Haven will go to Mona Shores to finish up their season, and they probably will go into postseason play, or will go into postseason play more than likely. And then Rockford will have Holland at Holland next week, next Friday night.
I got a feeling we're going to see an onside kick here, Don.
Probably.
Mona Shores wants the ball back.
You have your good hands people then on the team.
That's right.
All your good hands people up front, which I believe they do have.
I believe so.
You have Fales, they've got Dykema, they've got Lanstra, they've got Bo Heiss, and they've got, I don't pick the number up on the other side. Amato.
Strange to see Amato way up there instead of receiving the kick way in the back.
And you're right about that. It is picked up by Lanstra, and he drops the ball. And I believe it's picked up by Mona Shores. At least the players from Mona Shores seem to think that they had it. And I believe they do have. They do have it on the 48-yard line, so it's 1st and 10. And there is pulse. There's a replay. Watch the replay, Kurt. You'll see that the ball is squib kicked as you suggested, and it hits the Jenison player. He fumbles the ball, and it's picked up by Mona Shores, and they have 1st and 10 on the 48-yard line, down 22-42 with 6:58 to go. A lot of time in the ball game. So you'll see, you may see the offense.
I think the defense, first-string defense, I think, is back in at this point. Yep. We'll see what happens here.
Well,
big opening,
Scott.
big opening.
Scott brings to the first down for sure. Tackle missed in there by one of the Wildcats on about the 48-yard line, but there's a first down, which will bring the ball down into Jenison territory.
Didn't get the tackler's number there, Don. Big opening.
Well, at this point,
on the right side of the line.
The Wildcats need to make a stop here. Here's a replay. Scott just breaks a tackle right there, goes for another 5-10 yards, and gets down into.
Here we go. Reverse to Eric Crothers. He's going. Look at this. He's down to the 20-yard line.
Number 40 for the Wildcats brings him down, Mark Dreyer. Number 79 checks back in for the Wildcats. That's Kyle Ross. They're saying, okay, we've had enough of this. Let's bring some more people in here. Okay, 1st and 10, full house backfield. Bo Heiss back to throw. He's got a receiver open. Amato.
Almost intercepted. Great pressure on the quarterback by number 76.
Intended receiver Matt Jackson, the tight end, number 88, is 6'3", 200 pounds.
John Olszewski had good pressure on the quarterback.
So the Sailors trailing by 20 have 2nd and 10 from their 20, Jenison 20-yard line. Bo Heiss back to throw the ball. He hits his tight end wide open for about 3 yards, and he's immediately hit by a Wildcat.
Scott Pierce over there, and along with Falk.
Pierce picked up about 3 yards, Kurt. Brings up third and about 7. Little change of events here in the last 5 minutes, Kurt.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Get that little momentum swing.
Demos, number 8, he's wide to the left here. Oh, there's a missed
Fumble.
tackle, fumble, and there's a mad scramble for the ball on about the 18-yard line, but it still continues to be the Sailors' ball.
Yeah, number 9, Rick Bolheis, came rushing in there to pressure Grant Bolheis and caused the fumble.
Here's the replay. Watch the replay. You'll see that there's a missed tackle.
But he did cause the fumble. He missed the tackle, caused the fumble. Fourth down, big fourth down for Mona. They use a timeout.
Well,
so we still have a ball game. There's no quit in those Sailors.
Over the years, Kurt, if you remember some of the games that we've seen when Jenison played Forest Hill, was it Flint Northern that came in, and Jenison was down by about 3 touchdowns with
just about
Bobby.
3 touchdowns with about 5 minutes to go in the game. 1985. I remember it like it was yesterday. Tremendous comeback. Biggest comeback we had since then, of course, was this year with Grand Haven.
Right, with the field goal with a minute 20 to go. Winesman puts it through the middle with
right. It's never over till it's over, you know. And
so
this is a big play right here, because
right.
If Mona Shores scores and you know, and it's 42 to 29.
Well, if they score and go for 2, it's an 8-point. Let's see, it'd be a 30 to 42, be a 12-point ball game with plenty of time left on the clock.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. See what they have in their playbook. What the Sailors do. They've got 4th and the 9.
Big Kyle Ross, 79, standing out there. Boy's back to throw the ball. He lets it go, and he's hit, and he's hit, but it's
short of the first down.
On about the 10-yard line.
Hey, I tell you, I am impressed with Scott Bolheis or Grant Bolheis rather, from Mona Shores.
Clay Bundy makes a nice stop, number 12 for the
Wildcats. Sorry, I misspoke. He did get the first down. I was looking at the wrong yard line. He did get the first down. Big fourth down play by Mona. Big fourth down play.
Well, they've got first from the 10. And right up the middle goes their running back to about the 4-yard line, Scott.
Jenison defense back on their heels a little bit. They've got to regroup. They've lost a little momentum.
Actually, the clock rolling down with 5 minutes to go in the game. Jenison leading 42-22. They don't want to see Mona Shores punch one in now. There goes another running back off the right side for no gain. He's got.
He bounces out of there, and number 2, Scott Pierce, wraps him up. That's number 20, Scott, carrying the ball for Mona Shores.
3rd and goal. Mona Shores has a lot of fight in them, Kurt.
Yes, they do.
Bolheis flips it out to Carruthers. Carruthers looking for a place to go. He's dancing around,
He
drops the
fumbled
ball.
Jenison recovered it.
By Wildcats. Well,
I'll tell you who's got that ball there. That's number 76. Number 76, Lee Sneathen. Big recovery for Lee. Lee Sneathen. Oh, I'm sorry. That would be John Olszewski. I'm looking at my roster here, and Lee Sneathen is 77. His name was right below there, and we better give credit where credit is due. John Olszewski, number 76, coming up with a big fumble recovery, and now the Wildcats will try to come out of their own end zone.
Hooper with the core ball right up the middle for about 1.5 yards, digging it, just rooting it out of the end zone. Right now, Jenison's content, just going to get that clock to run down, run some time off that clock.
I think they'd like to get a first down too, John.
Yeah. Well, we want a first down, run some time down, and don't throw the ball around. Don't get fancy. Just Let's get out of here with no injuries and get to Granville next Friday night and hope for the best.
It's hard to run right up the middle on the Mona Shores defense.
Rick Doughty, 86, brings a play in for the Wildcats. He split out here wide right. C.J. Hooper calling out. He's dropping back, pitching the ball back to Amata in the end zone. He dances out to about the 8-10 yard line and picks up close to a first down. I mean, can you believe it, Kurt? He throws the ball back in the end zone.
Well, that's the option pitch. You know, that's where that develops. And
I mean, that's a gutsy call.
Yeah, it is. But you had to do something because we're not going up the middle. That's Mona Shores is determined to stop the run up the middle, and
referee's going to call official timeout for measurement for first down.
Okay, yeah, it looked to me like he was short, but been wrong before, haven't we?
Well, I've missed about 5 or 6 calls for sure today.
Is that all?
More than that, per quarter. That's per quarter, Kurt.
Per quarter. Well, we're real amateurs at this, but it's a lot of fun.
Have you enjoyed it so far, Kurt?
Yes, I have. You know,
right,
I enjoy just sitting in my chair and watching the game.
All the years that you were out in the watching the fans and counting the gate and doing all the things that we've got the new AD out here doing.
Yeah, Kevin's doing a great job.
Yeah.
Real excited to see Kevin Van Dyne get the position, and he's doing a great job. And it's fun for me to come to the games and watch and really concentrate on the game. You know, when you have a home game and you're the athletic director, you don't get to see all that much of the game. You have too many other things that are on your mind, too many details that you have to take care of. So this is a real treat for me.
The last few times I saw Kevin Van Dyne, he was playing basketball with my son Steve, which has got to be a number of years ago when Steve was playing for the Wildcats, and Kevin Van Dyne was a great little point guard and went on to Calvin College to play basketball over there. And I, too, am happy to see him as AD here at Jenison High School doing a great job.
Yeah, number 26 carried the ball for Michael Ayers. I believe carried the ball for Jenison.
So we're going to break Kurt in as an announcer, and he's probably going to want to be back here next week. He's going to be.
I'll take a rain check.
You want to take a rain check? Didn't like it, Kurt? Or was it?
It's not as easy as you would think it would be.
No, it's fun.
The action comes quickly, and you have to be on your toes
Kurt,
here.
for what they're paying you and me, hey, they're getting what they pay for.
I guess.
I think we had backfield motion that time. Dykstra got a little bit excited, got him ahead of the snap count, and moved ahead a little bit. So we'll probably have 5 yards going against the Wildcats.
I believe we have Jeremy Landster in at quarterback too right now, don't we?
Right, number 16, a sophomore at quarterback, 6 foot 190. We'll have 2 years ahead of him to play for the Wildcats.
Yeah, a lot of substitutes in the game right now for both squads.
We just heard a score on the West Ottawa Rockford game, and West Ottawa's ahead by a substantial amount. And if that happened with West Ottawa, did you say West Ottawa was ahead?
Rockford is ahead.
Rockford is on top of West Ottawa, which will actually
that would put West Ottawa in out of first place. So it'd be
actually to the benefit of Jenison. They needed to have someone knock off West Ottawa, which brings them to 2 losses in the OK Red.
Right, if that score holds up, if that score is true, then Jenison and Grand Haven will be tied for first place in the OK Red at 5-1 going into the final game of the season.
But Grand Haven's got Granville at Granville tonight, so we don't know the score on that game.
Right.
One is 4-1 and Granville's 1-4, so we'll see what the scores are. That time Lance was just going to hang on the ball and just go down and take his loss. That's a smart thing to do.
Tackled by number 12, John Lump from Mona Shores. 4th down. So I would imagine Wildcats will punt the ball here.
So if that score holds up, then Rockford wins tonight. That's good news for the Wildcats fans.
Yes, it is. Is that a...
Jenison back to punt the ball. In over in punt, no one back to receive it. It was sort of a trick play, and the ball will go down to about the 40-yard line and be down by Jeremy Lansford right there.
Okay.
So with 1:19 to go, the Sailors will take over on the 39-yard line, down by 22-42. Well, Kurt, I've enjoyed spending a couple hours with you up in the press box here tonight. And,
it's been a pleasure, Don. Thanks for inviting me. I'm a poor substitute for Raj York, who is out of town tonight, who does an outstanding job.
Kurt, you did a great job. You know football, and all those years of being AD out here, I'm sure a lot of the people miss you out here at Jenison. I know you've had a lot of dinners and parties and get-togethers, and your heart's still here at Jenison.
Oh, yes. I'll be a Wildcat forever.
Well, there's a pitch out to Scott, new quarterback in the ball game,
Okay,
number 8.
Somebody made a nice tackle from behind there.
Val Deiser is the new quarterback.
For Jenison with the tackle. So we've got about 2 more plays to go here tonight, Don.
Well, again, Kurt,
we're down to 1 minute, under a minute now on the clock.
Next week, just to reiterate, Jenison goes to Granville. That will be covered by WCET. West Ottawa has East Kentwood at home. They play at West Ottawa. Ren Haven will go to Mona Shores to finish their season, and then Rockford will play Holland. So that winds up the OK Red. Timing play out to the receiver, and he's overthrown, defended by 24 by the Wildcats. That was
Eric Miller.
Stops the clock with 28 seconds to go.
Matt Strelecki, number 51, is in the game. Number 56, Darren Eldred.
If Grand Haven defeats Granville tonight, that would put Grand Haven at 5-1, along with Jenison leading the OK Red, both 5-1, and West Ottawa would drop to 4-2. Inside handoff to Scott. Scott breaks the tackle, keeps driving yards, picks up first down and driven down.
Tackled by a host of Wildcats.
David Falk, the first tackler on that play.
This could be the last play of the game, Don.
It's a long pass
Number
play.
8 in there.
Only receiver near that ball is a Wildcat.
One more play, 4 seconds to go. Number 8, Kyle Duzer for Mona Shores is quarterbacking right now.
With 4 seconds left, I'd say this pretty much over with. Wouldn't you?
Well, I would say that this is the last play. I said that on the last play as well. Mona Shore still going for the end zone, to their credit.
He's dropping back to throw the ball again, and he's got down the field. He's got a receiver right in the numbers.
Number 6 is open and dropped the ball. So that's the ball game. Scott Swinehorn. As the teams across the field to shake hands, another big victory for the Wildcats tonight, 42-22. But I was impressed with some of the players from Mona Shores. They've got some good young athletes on that team. They're going to be a fine team in the future.
Normally, Kurt, right, you're right about that. They have a young team, and Mona Shores came in here and gave Jenison all they wanted. I thought the first few plays of the game, it would be a runaway. The Wildcats jumped out on top real quick, 14-0, and or close to 14. I think it was 14-0, and then there was a lot of scoring.
Minute and a half to go. It was 14-0 with a minute and a half into the ball game.
A lot of scoring, but I thought the Wildcats jumped out very quickly. Then had a little bit of a letdown. West Ottawa came back with the 80-yard pass play, and then the race was on. And then the second half, the Wildcats sort of wore them down. But what impressed me, normally Roger and I would sit up here and say who the player of the game was, but I really felt like that the entire Jenison offense and defense played well all night long. So I'm not going to pick out any one player for the Wildcats.
No, it was definitely a team victory. And
All
You
the
know,
way.
and I think somebody who's probably getting overlooked a lot right now because he didn't have a lot of carries and didn't have a lot of yards, but I thought had a great impact on the outcome of this game, and that's Mitch Harriman.
I agree with you totally. Right.
Many times he threw a key block for one of the other running backs. A lot of times the defense would key on him up the middle, and it would open up something else for Amato or Harriman. And so even though Mitch didn't carry the ball a lot, he did score the one touchdown on the pass reception. But his presence in the ball game brings an awful lot to the team because it makes the defense be so honest. And there's a lot of ways that Jenison can score.
I would say, in addition to what you've just said, Kurt, that for the Sailors, that the sophomore quarterback at 5'8", Grant Boheis had an outstanding game, has a good arm. He had a great back, and Scott, number 20 at 5'10", 185, had a nice game, as well as
Eric Crothers, number
Eric
5, had
Crothers
an outstanding game. And number 24,
right.
I thought Brent Jandorn from Mona Shores really played well. Their 41, their linebacker, Joe Gordon, was outstanding.
I was just going to, again, thank WCET for having us in tonight to do the game, and this will be seen on Channel 50 at this evening at 11:30 and throughout the week, and that will be covered through Jenison, Hudsonville, and Granville. We'll again like to thank Director Scott Blylas, and on the cameras, Todd Blylas. I'd like to thank Scott Dodds, John DeVries, J.B. West, Jeremy Lamberts, Garrett Klein, and others for having us in, and look for WCET to cover the Granville game next Friday night.
Over to Granville for the big game between Jenison and Granville. Should be an exciting one, and thanks again, Don. It was a pleasure, and signing off for tonight.
Okay, this is Don Peterson for Kurt Pals. Good night, good do.